Well, here we go. We are live in Yorkton, Saskatchewan at Taps Sports Bar on Broadway for Regina Motor Products on this Wednesday. We finally took this thing on the road, and not to Curry Field. We actually left the city limits of Regina.
We went to Melville last year.
Yeah. And then I felt like they were like, never let those two go anywhere again. But
Make sure they are always controlled. Yeah.
We are, that's Sharky. Sharky is, when he's on, he's for Flooring Superstore.
Love those guys. Great work.
Trent Dickon and his team, over 20 years experience in the flooring industry, whatever you need. Like I said, Taps Sports Bar. This is a legit sports bar.
This is, yeah.
Because you know why? The darts behind us, one thing.
Yes. Shuffleboard over here to the side.
I was just going to say, a freshly salted
shuffleboard table. Is that a bank or a straight?
Definitely not.
That's a straight.
It's definitely not regulation, though.
No, it's mini.
Like those old ones you used to find at, you still find at small town Saskatchewan bars?
Or the Serbian club.
Serbian club?
Be 4 miles long.
Any kind of club, Lions club.
Yeah, any kind of club.
Big shuffleboard areas there. We are
pool
here
table outside
for the next 3 hours. There's a couple of young guys shooting some stick.
Yeah, shooting stick
right now. They're drinking some pints and shooting some stick.
Hey, look, the Blue Jays have tied it up.
If you are in and around Yorkton and you're going to the game tonight, that's why we're here. It's game number 3 of the SJHL final tonight. Yorkton Terriers against the Flin Flon Bombers. I'm expecting rink to be jam-packed.
I would expect nothing less. I've been in town today working, meeting with some clients, and everybody that I talk to is going to the game. Every client I talk to, going to the game. So it's going to be a good night over there at Westland Insurance Arena.
I know a lot of you listen because we are the home of local sports in Saskatchewan. Dave Thomas proves that every morning. Our team does with the SportsCage.com. And then we try and do our best. The Regina Pat Canadians, who we've been covering for a couple of years. So it hasn't just happened in the last week since things changed for me. But the Regina Pat Canadians are laying an absolute dirty sack beating on the Waterloo, whatever they're called, 7-0 with 7 minutes and 54 seconds left in the third period of play.
Yeah, Waterloo doesn't even look like they're sent a AAA team.
So I've watched this game. I've watched all the games from jump, as they say. Waterloo's power play was possibly the quickest moving power play the Regina Pat Canadians have seen all year.
Really?
But they didn't score.
They didn't score, but they can move the puck.
Oh, I was like, is this some sort of a video game? Because, the Regina Pats have some really good penalty killers out there, but they just couldn't score. We are watching the game thanks to our friends from hnlive.ca. So as it goes on here, you can still buy a package to watch. Just go to HN Live and look at the different packages for the Telus Cup, and then you can jump in.
They get another round-robin game yet, do they not?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think there's 4 round robins.
To win this, to win the whole shooting match, you got to play 7-7. So tomorrow they play the team they beat in the final last year, the Levi's Cavaliers. I call them. That's not their right name.
Chevalier de Levi.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're doing the Cavalier thing tomorrow, and then Okanagan
they
Junior
still got the
Ruckus.
Still got the BC team. Okay.
But the next 2 games for the Pat C's are the early ones.
Okay.
They are 11 Eastern, which is 9 o'clock. I'll be eating continental breakfast at our hotel tomorrow morning, watching
the next game.
Watching the Pat C. So the next 2 are early. Pat C's are going to win this game, 7-0. They are guaranteed a spot in the playoff round. Top 4 teams make the playoffs round. So
nice.
Hey, local. That's what we're doing here. We'll keep you updated if anyone else scores. I got it set up right beside. They got us set up too. We got
they do
nachos,
little snack bar over there,
chicken wings. You go to a sports bar, you got to have chicken wings. Yeah. Curtis is over there, and then sold us on the
little
fish bites.
Yeah, those were delicious. Yeah,
and I don't even eat fish, but I eat like fish and chips once in a while.
And that's what it was.
So I tried it. The tartar sauce.
Nice.
Yeah, gotta have tartar sauce.
Tartar sauce. Tartar sauce goes on everything.
NHL last
I
night.
double dog dare you to say it doesn't.
NHL last night. What?
Interesting.
Well, Montreal had them.
Yeah, they had him. They let him get away. Played well in overtime. Nobody was going to sweep that series. That's not a surprise that we're going to look at 5+ games. Montreal is responding to Tampa Bay. They got a ton of speed. Man, they move the puck well. And Tampa Bay, I'm not insulting them. They are the more mature team. They do look a step slower at times.
John, the Habs fan, picked yesterday when he called in a 5-2 Montreal Canadiens win.
That's
John,
betting with his heart. That's betting with his heart.
I said that right away. I said that's a guy talking to his heart. You got to expect that.
Yeah.
But John, we need you to sit a few plays out. So you can't call in today. I want you to regroup and call in tomorrow. 5-2 was. I knew that was a lofty claim.
The Bell Center, Molson Center, whatever it's called right now, is going to be absolutely bananas tomorrow night. I have some friends that are actually going to be there that have gone for games 3 and 4.
Nice.
Which I think is very exciting. It's going to be berserk. They're going to love seeing their Habs play in Tampa. The other thing that I'm really impressed with the Habs is Tampa's tried to be more physical, and the Habs have said, okay, yeah, we can play that way. That's not a big deal, right? We might be younger. That doesn't mean we're dumb or we're out of the game or whatever. I thought Anderson did a great job for him. I thought their defense played well. Tampa's just running. They're going to run out of tomfoolery to try and beat the young kids, and speed is going to kill them. I've always had Montreal winning this series, but I think speed's going to kill them.
The Soklovsky? What are you thinking? Fighting Brendan Hagel.
Well, first off,
he's from Saskatoon, and Soklovsky's from where?
Somewhere in Slovakia.
Okay,
whatever. I don't know. Soklovsky's just standing up for his team. He's just sticking up, and he
cross check him.
He looked down and went, "I can take this little guy," and he threw a couple of good punches to start. And give him credit, he took one right in the map and jumped right back up. He didn't lay down.
True.
He jumped right back up.
True.
So give him credit. He didn't back down. The one I've got that I still think is the dumbest thing I've seen so far in the playoffs is Brady Tkachuk. What are you doing? Opening face-off game 1, you're going to start a fight. If you're going to be a top 6 forward on the Ottawa Senators, you got to be on the ice. Sitting in the penalty box for 5 minutes at the start of the game does not help the Ottawa Senators. I get what
you're saying there,
right?
Yeah,
I don't think Travis Green was happy with that.
And Stahl's like way past his prime.
Stahl's on line 3 or 4.
It's.
I'll take that trade.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Right?
What's this? You want to? Yeah, it's. That's one of the things you learn when you're playing hockey and you're like on a crap, and a guy wants to like get dusty. Yeah, you're gonna eat a few.
Yeah.
But it's like the trade-off for your team in the playoffs. It's like
huge.
But yeah, I didn't think it was a good move by him.
To me, it was Sandlot. It was very Sandlot. It was not a guy that's a top 6 forward in the National Hockey League.
Dallas or tonight.
Tonight we get Dallas again, don't we?
Yeah. Well, we got Stars and Wild.
Who here? Show of hands. Who here had Wild running away 7-3 with the opener? Who had that?
No.
Nobody did.
Not I.
No one did.
Penguins Flyers also. That starts at 5. And then after, I'm thinking we might be able to catch the third period of play.
We might, yes.
When we come back to the sports bar here, Taps on Broadway in Yorkton.
After watching the game.
And watch the Ducks and Oilers.
You know who's in trouble? Big trouble? The Penguins of Pittsburgh.
Yes, they are.
They are looking down the barrel of a very, very, very good Philadelphia team right now that is playing them very well in the playoffs. So, yeah.
Flin-Flon, Yorkton starts at 7:00.
I like it.
Not at 7:30.
I like it.
7:00. I want to get confirmation from somebody. Maybe I'll text Cal from the Terriers if it's sold out.
Yeah, we need those numbers.
We should probably mention that. Here's the rundown of the show and the guests. One will join us on the Western Pizza guest hotline. Coming up, Clark Munroe, who's been on the program before, is going to come by, talk some SJ, talk all that around 3:30. Brent Krahn is going to be in for Eric Francis, the NHL
from
insider.
Calgary. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, he was great last time he was on.
Crowner is a lot of fun. He's coming in on the Western Pizza guest hotline. at 4 p.m. NASCAR report, you're going to have that live.
I got it ready to go.
Cal from the Yorkton Terrier is going to jump on somewhere, just talk about where the team's at. Now, like a couple of years ago, they were selling things.
They were in a bit of a panic. Yeah,
things were trouble town, and now it's I'm sure it's turned around. New head coach picked up about halfway through the year last year with the Yorkton AAA Maulers. Josh Garbett is going to come in. Like Garbs, I've talked to him once in my life.
Yeah,
played against him some senior back in the day. He'll have no problem coming on here and chewing the fat with us,
stringing a few lines. I love it.
Like he could sit here for 20 minutes, and when we go through Josh's hockey or elite prospects, I want to ask him because I remember I was covering I was working in Saskatoon at this time, 2002, 2003. This wagon of a Brandon Wheat King
they
team.
were something.
That he was. I can't remember who they lost out to, but they were good. Ryan Craig, Jordan Tutu, Tim Conserata, Eric Fair, Ryan Stone, Regan Leslie, Brent Dickey was young. Dustin Bufflin, who Harry and I were calling it, and when he
only played 8 games there.
When he played in the Western Hockey League, we used to call him Dustin by Fuglian because we didn't know how to say his name, and no one ever corrected us. So
if you'd have known that he could have pounded you into the ground, you might have got his name right.
Like, or he could have he would have been like, "Hey guys, just so you know, that is not even close to my name." But I don't get Bufflin from that. It's one of those things. But yeah, and then hour 3. We're going to have all-time penalty minute leader in the SJHL, guy that goes by the name of Grant Ottenbreit. I got questions for Grant when looking up his stats.
When did he play? When's
late, like 86-ish, 87, 88, all that. Also in hour 3, I think he's 5th on the all-time penalty minutes for the SJHL. Commissioner of the league, Kyle McIntyre, will come by. And then who knows what other guests are going to pop in and have some fun. So that's the rundown. We welcome your texts. We can still get them here. They might be a little delayed. 936-6262. It's the Prairieland Rentals text line. Prairieland Rentals, whatever you need for that rental product, you get to deal with the owner, 600 Albert Street. Prairieland Rentals text line 936-6262. We do have a couple of texts sitting here already.
Really?
Waiting in queue. A couple of our regulars. I'm calling Rose a regular now too. Trevor says it's incredible how bad the Pat Canadians are clowning these top teams from other regions this week. They may have essentially already played their Canadian championship against Moose Jaw. Second person that's texted that in. I got one to the personal bat phone, which is still Prairieland Rentals. And it's someone just said,
Moose Jaw.
I'm not going to say the name. Zero doubt in my mind, Moose Jaw is the second best U18 AAA team in the country.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Yeah,
that's not. Let's
see what Chevalier de Levi.
It would be great if North Battleford or if Moose Jaw was there. Heck, bring North Battleford too. But yeah, I think we all agree that the Winmar Warriors are right there. Man, Adam Montaigne is making save after save here to preserve the goose egg with 3:45 left in the third period. Waterloo's on that slick moving power play. Okay.
7-0. Wow.
Rose did text in, but she's talking about Brady Tkachuk.
And what did she have to say?
Curtis, you might want to check the power bar, actually. I think I might step on something. Sorry, buddy. Rose is saying neither Brady nor his brother have many decision-making brain cells remaining. I like the Tkachuks. I know someone really close to me that plays like Matthew Tkachuk. So I'm going to leave it at that. But yeah, thanks for the text, Rose. Prairieland Rentals text line 936-6262 live in Yorkton, Saskatchewan. Okay, if you're listening and you're coming to the game and you're coming by for maybe a couple of pre-gamers or a nice bite to eat, Flin Flon Bombers are supposed to be coming in here to eat at 3:30. But
really,
if you're coming in and you're going to the game and you come in and say, hey, heard you guys driving, and you want one of these SportsCage SJHL hats,
We have more hats?
I brought 2.
Oh, okay.
Just first 2 people that come in and say that.
That they were listening. Okay.
Well, if you're going to the game, you're probably going to want to go let your hair down maybe for a little bit before. It'll be 2,200. 70 tickets remain.
70. 70.
70. Basically a sellout.
Act now. Curtis is playing darts beside us.
The commish just messaged me and said, I think the stats you have, most penalty minutes, career. That's correct. Unless I'm missing something, that's correct. That's the commish. Commish is chirping me. Well,
look at the picture I found.
Oh, there he is. Hey, Josh Garbett.
Yeah.
Regina.
U of R Cougar. I knew there was one that played for part of the year.
How were they that year?
5-6. That's a long time ago.
Yeah. You don't remember?
No. I wasn't involved coaching then.
2:42 left in this Pat season. The other thing about these teams that are playing, so everyone that's messaging in about the Pat season dummying, every team, and you should, hitting the snot and every chance they get, taking liberties with the Pat Cs. Like Waterloo now, I don't, and I know Haji doesn't do this all the time, just keep 19 and 13 and maybe 6 on the bench.
Yep.
Grady Hodgins just misses on a partial breakaway. But yeah, they're every team hitting them as hard as it can, slashing them, being dirty.
Yep.
Which you got to.
Yeah, they're trying to make their point, right? And they're getting embarrassed 7-0. But as long as something doesn't get dumb, then you're okay.
So I don't like playing this game that often, but this Waterloo team beat the Halifax team that gave the Pat Cs everything that they could handle yesterday.
Really?
So there's some parity in this thing. And then that Halifax team beat
the Okanagan Rockets.
Okanagan today.
4-3 in a shootout.
4-3. So we'll see what happens. You got to just get the first seed.
What about Chevalier there? How have they done? Who have they been up? Oh, they got a loss. Who they lost to?
The Cavaliers they beat Waterloo.
Okay.
Then the 7-2. So gave it to them as well. Cavaliers lost to Okanagan. Opener of the game. So yeah, Okanagan maybe jumped on them. But so yeah, so much going on. We'll talk more about the game tonight when Clark comes in. Let's go to break. When we come back, if people haven't been following the massive news, I know Benny texted in yesterday and said, I had no idea. I'm glad I listened to the SportsCage. With the University of Regina and their women's basketball program, Sharky's been working the phones, been pounding the pavement for us. He's got some news and opinions on this because he's very tied to the university. So we'll go to break and we'll come back. We're live from Tap Sports Bar on Broadway in Yorkton, Saskatchewan, ahead of Game 3 of the SJHL final. It's the SportsCage. We'll be right back.
Hi, it's Perry Nias. I'm glad you're listening because this station, 620 CKRM, turns 100 this year, riding shotgun through harvest, highways, and home games, which means somewhere along the way, you've got a story. Whatever it is, we want to hear it. Leave a voicemail at 306-546-6230. 620 CKRM, 100 years young and just getting warmed up.
Winter in Saskatchewan tests everything, our patience, vehicles, and sometimes our bumpers. From icy parking lot dings to serious highway mishaps, choosing local matters. At Regina Motor Products Collision Center, we're Saskatchewan-owned, run, and we drive these roads too. An SGI-accredited full-service collision center working on all makes and models. Submit your SGI claim and book your appraisal. It's easy. When you need repairs you can trust, it's neighbors helping neighbors. Regina Motor Products Collision Center, south at Highways 1 and 6 Albert Street, rmpchevrolet.com.
Freeze Tallman's all-weather at-home sale is on, and it's big. Save 15% on windows and doors April 13th through 24th. If you've been thinking about upgrading, replacing, or finally tackling that renovation project, this is your moment. Better comfort, better efficiency, better curb appeal, but only for a limited time. Don't wait. These savings disappear April 24th. Visit freezetallman.com and take advantage of the all-weather at-home sale. Freeze Tallman. Locally owned, family grown, rooted in our community for 70 years.
If you've got a Steelcraft garage door, you've got a door with parts manufactured and assembled right here in Canada. A door with better insulation and seal, plus a warranty you're probably never going to use. And if you don't have a Steelcraft garage door, you should get one. Don't just hang a door, install a Steelcraft. Turn curb appeal into curb envy.
Steelcraft door, Steelcraft door, Steelcraft door. We offer more.
Steel-craft.ca.
If it's happening in sports in Saskatchewan, we've got it covered on SportsCage. Be part of the show. Call 936-6262 or toll free 1-866-767-0620. On your radio at 620 CKRM and online at sportscage.com.
Welcome back. We are live in Yorkton, Saskatchewan at Taps Sports Bar on Broadway. Sharky is with me. The program's for Regina Motor Products. And Sharky's here. He is for Flooring Superstore. Adam Montaigne with the shutout. Player of the game.
Nice.
For the Regina Pat Canadians. Before we get into the U of R thing and Sharky's information, we got to get Sprinkle of the Day out of the way. And you talked about it. Let's go to the NHL tonight. Sports Select. You can go to sportselect.com, make your picks online, generate a QR code, and then scan it at the Lotto Spot retailer, or you can go and pick on the slip like you've always done. Pittsburgh, Philadelphia.
They got them both.
It's a pick-em game.
I don't think so. Philly's a favorite here.
Philly at home's 225, Pitt 225. Go to OT, paying $3.55.
I don't even see it going to OT. I don't. I see this to be a 4-1 game.
The over-under is 5.5.
I'm taking the under.
Okay. Dallas, Minnesota tonight. Over-under's 5.5.
Dallas is the favorite on the road. I'm taking Dallas. And I'm taking the over.
Dallas and the over.
Yep.
Okay. You and I might have to do a little side bet on that because I like the exact opposite. And then later tonight, we'll be back here watching it. 8 o'clock. Puck drop, Central Standard Time. Anaheim Mighty Ducks at Edmonton Oilers, Game 2.
You got to think the Oilers are winning this. They're a better team than the Ducks are. They're more mature. They've got a lot more experience. They play a better system, I think, although I think the Ducks are close to getting caught up to the Oilers and being a better team in the NHL. But the over-under at 6.5, you might want to take the under on this one. And but I would still take Edmonton at 1.75.
I don't know, man. You're trusting goaltending there that I just don't know. Shout out Imperial Saskatchewan, but still, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's the Sprinkle of the Day. There you go. Go place your go if you want to sprinkle tonight. Have some fun. There's basketball going on. There's a lot. Go to the futures as well. When you're ready to play, bet with the original Sports Select. Every bet is 100% legal. Chance of winning cash in hand. Must be 18 plus to play. Okay, here we go.
All right.
I'm going to take us off the air momentarily here.
You're going to kick us out?
Curtis, sorry. This is coming out.
Take the plug-in away from Barney.
Anymore, like I'm at a lazy boy. Or on a lazy boy. Okay. It came down this weekend. It's actually my wife who shows me the story right away.
Yeah,
She's
it started Friday night.
Did you hear about this? And I'm like, University of Regina women's basketball coach who we had on the program,
Michaela
Kleisinger. Great job. Former player.
Yep.
Interim coach. Gets the team playing great ball.
17-3.
17-3 was the record. They go into the playoffs. And you know what? Didn't work out. But I interviewed one or two of the players on the program as well. Absolutely love her.
Yep.
She's one of them. It's great. Now, they're going through the hiring process.
Well, because they called her an interim. So they gave themselves an out. And
we find out that it sounds like she has not been hired. What can you tell us? Our university insider, Shynkaruk.
Well, appreciate that, Barney. First off, and this is an indication of a complete lack of leadership at the university athletic level. Lisa Robertson has done this on multiple occasions, made these questionable hiring moves or interim status so that she gets an out and she can move on and she can go find somebody else that she wants. She did it to the women's hockey coach, Brandy West McMaster. Brandy put her in a tough spot by saying, winning coach of the year. She was coach of the year in Canada West for women's hockey. So, but she still posted Brandy's job and made her apply for it. There's certain points in your hockey, in your your admin life, your general manager life, do you go, we got the right person? They're coach of the year. They did a great job. They put the team in the playoffs. We stay where we're at. She did the same thing to Michaela. She made her an intern, made her apply for a job. She's 17-3. She had the best record of all the coaches at the U of R. The team was the only team to advance outside of the Rams, outside to the playoffs, to the finals. And Lisa Robertson posts her job and makes her apply. If you're going to build a culture, you're going to build a team, you're going to build an organization, you're going to build friends and family and ask for the support of alumni in the community, you got to recognize you have somebody there that's already a part of it and make them a part of your team. Lisa Robertson has no clue what she's doing. Absolutely none. And I will say this, the men's hockey hiring, is the only one she didn't make an interim, and do you know why? He was her friend. Trevor Keeper was a friend, or is a friend, of Lisa Robertson. When they hired Trevor Keeper, their selection process, she told alumni and the assistant coaches not to apply. She wouldn't look at them. So she refused all U of R alumni as possible coaching candidates, put in Trevor Keeper and two guys who didn't have university degrees. The university has a policy that you have to have a degree to be a coach at the U of R. It's not the U of R's thing. It's probably all universities nationwide, but you have to have a degree. So Lisa Robertson dragged two guys through the mix that she couldn't even offer the job to. She only offered it to Trevor Keeper. And you know what he did within hours of being hired? Hired her husband as a full-time paid assistant coach. Ooh, what are the odds of that? Then in her leadership,
you're breaking some stuff here, Sharky.
In her leadership role now, she goes after Michaela Kleisinger, an alumni, somebody that the women's basketball community is supporting and gathering around, and she tosses her to the curb. The U of R's got a leadership problem at athletics for sure. It then goes to the dean of kinesiology, Harold Reimer. He's got to go, I don't want the sewage in my building anymore. We got to move on. And now this is a tire fire that's reached Jeff Keshen, the president. It should never be on his desk other than here's your tickets to go to the national final. And Keshen's now got this tire fire he's got to deal with. It's come down to this. If they don't get Kleisinger back and they keep Robertson, how do you have those two in the same room? How do you do that? How do you put them together? Robertson's got to go. If they don't make that move, they're telling alumni, which Lisa does nothing for and makes no effort to support, but they're telling all alumni, all their sponsors, all their supporters, it's about me, it's not about the teams, and we're going to get rid of whoever I like.
Is Lisa from Regina?
No, she's from Calgary.
Okay.
Another person smarter than all of us from Alberta coming here to tell us what to do.
Appreciate you being so candid with this, because you're dialed into this, and this is
That's my take. That's not the radio station's take. That's not the SportsCage take. That's Sharky.
Can I ask you one question?
Go ahead.
One follow-up, if I'm allowed. I would like to know, do you know who they hired?
Yes.
Is it safe to say it's a male?
It's a male that doesn't coach in the league, doesn't coach in Canada West, doesn't coach in U Sports, is not even a head coach. He's an assistant coach at Simon Fraser, which isn't in Canada West.
British Columbia.
Yeah. They play in the NAIA, right? So they play in a U.S. college program. So I would say, okay, he's from Saskatchewan. He's probably a hometown guy. We're bringing him home. No, he's from the basketball powerhouse of Scotland.
Oh, wow. Do you know where?
It doesn't matter.
I like the area.
Name me a guy over 6 feet and Scottish ancestry, right? He might be the greatest basketball coach ever, but he's now completely in the rhubarb. Because if he comes, nobody's going to like him. Nobody.
That is real interesting. Well, you know,
right?
You know your stuff here. Now, do you think...
And I know the players are furious.
They're
running to the exits.
Media for sure. Do you think they could reverse this, or that's not what needs to happen?
Lisa's got to go. The only way they reverse it is Lisa's got to go. That's the trash that's got to hit the door. And if they keep her, they've told everybody that we don't care about you. She's already offended the hockey alumni. She's told all the hockey alumni to go away. Right? She just stands with a hand out. I need your money. Go away.
All right.
Right? But won't take any other input or anything from us. And now she's done it to women's basketball.
I wonder how long this process will take.
Well, in my eyes, they've got 24 hours. Like if they wait 2 weeks, the tire fire just smolders. Just smolders and smolders and smolders. Wow. And the black just gets smokier and smokier and smokier.
Wow.
Right? So they've got a mess. And unfortunately now it's to the president. And I'm not saying Keshen's responsible for this, not at all. He's got put the trust in the people along the way. Lisa Robertson made the call. Harold Reimer would have backed it up. Those are the two that this is on.
There you go, folks. Our boy Sharky giving it to us and his thoughts and what he knows about the very muddy and dirty and murky situation that's going on with the U of R Cougars.
We should be talking about how great it is that they hired the best coach they had for any other sports last year that got them to the finals. Instead, they fire. Come on. If that's the class you are, nobody's going to come work for you.
I think I said this yesterday in my take on it, not knowing everything, but just going common sense. Like, that's not that common. The hire. Like, didn't do well in the interview. We probably shouldn't even have an interview.
Shouldn't have been an interview.
The process, but it's like, no, don't outthink this.
And just some guy took 55 coaching classes in Scotland does not mean he's going to be a good coach, right? No offense to the guy. He could walk in here. I couldn't pick him out of 2. But it should have never come to this. She should have been the hire from the start.
Speaking of guys that just walked in, can we go to break now?
We can go to break. That's good.
Okay, good stuff there.
Yeah, I got to cool
Sharky.
down.
We're going to
need a cocktail.
Break. Live from Tap Sports Bar, Broadway Avenue in Yorkton. When we come back, Clark Munroe is going to join us. We're going to talk some SJHL hockey, and it looks like he brought the Kintera Seeds Cup. I've never seen this thing close up.
Nope.
So we're going to have it live on set. If you want to watch, we're streaming through our YouTube channel at SportsCage.com. If not, you probably got us on the audio streams or, of course, 620 CKRM. Welcome back. Live programming coming at you today on the Sports Cage for Regina Motor Products. Sharky's here with me for Flooring Superstore. Clark Munroe joining us. What's your exact title?
So the director of media, co-director of media. Me and Jamie Neugebauer kind of share that title. So
you're on the SaskTel broadcast again tonight?
Yes, yeah. We were on the first 2 up in Flin Flon, which was electric, and we're here for the next couple here. And as long as the series goes, yeah.
Look at these Flin Flon bombers rolling in.
There's a ton of them here. Look at these guys. Yeah. Look at these guys.
Real interesting.
Mike Reagan and company. Hey.
Okay, so we got the Kintera Seeds Cup here.
Yes, beautiful.
How many years has this been in operation?
This is 3. This is its fourth championship.
Sturdy.
Yeah, it
needs to be.
You know what happened? It's funny you say that, actually. So as trophies do, they often get broken.
They do. Yeah.
So the first couple of years, the Melfort Mustangs had it the last 2 years, and Battleford's had it the year before, and both teams broke it in some capacity. So it has been reinforced. It's been sturdied. It's been a little bit made a little stronger. So you mentioned it's sturdy. There's a reason behind that. Yeah.
So the Flin Flon Bomber guys are rolling in.
They must be having their pregame meal here.
It is, yeah. 3:30 was the call.
Connor Miller and the boys.
Yep.
There's because sometimes, have you felt this thing?
No, I can tell though. You're got to manhandle the thing.
Yeah.
There's some weight to it.
So.
Now, I have a different question about the trophy.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've only got 3 teams on there.
Mm-hmm.
So the previous winners of other trophies are where?
Somebody asked me that the other day, and I actually don't know because we have had different trophies in the past. We've actually had a couple in the past decade or so. Different sponsors.
There was a Royal Bank one, wasn't there? Or
that would have been a while ago.
Yeah.
That's the national one.
Yeah.
Weyburn won that one, I think. Or Yorkton won that one in 2014.
That's the national one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But before the Royal Bank Cup, it was called what it is now.
Well, it's the Centennial Cup now.
Centennial Cup.
That's what it was before.
It was Centennial back in the day.
Yeah, that's what whoever wins this series will head there.
Is there any thought to taking all those other names and attaching to the base?
There's been talks about it. I know for a fact that Kyle McIntyre has been talking about it, but we also didn't want to diminish the memory of what those trophies were. So I think the initial plan...
I wouldn't take those away.
Right.
Just
I think
add to this.
The initial plan was let's let this be its own thing and let these teams have their kind of stamp on it. But I think as it gets a little bit deeper into it, I think we might work on something
because it's always cool to see all the names of all the other players and teams,
you're right.
Through all the years.
And we have been asked that question. So, you know what? Kyle McIntyre is coming on with you guys in about, an hour and a half?
I'm going to grill him on that one. We'll put that one to the...
So are you the keeper of the cup?
Well, for a minute. For right now, I am. Actually,
you don't take it home?
No, I had it at my house. But no, I'll be taking it to the rink right after this hit. And it'll be set up there for the fans to look at tonight. So I only had it for the last about 48 hours. Kyle's usually... He's the everything guy. He's the keeper of the cup most of the time.
So it's in his basement in Swift Current.
Probably somewhere. Yeah.
See, he takes it to the
He
range.
might put it on his mantle in his bedroom. Who knows?
Takes it to the range and smashes eggs.
I try not to ask questions too much.
Give me your assessment of how things. I watched a little bit of game 1. I watched most of game 2.
Yeah.
I don't know where he is here, but Charlie Tritt.
Oh,
yeah,
he's
fantastic. He's over there somewhere. Yeah, he's right behind the camera somewhere.
For
But
the Flin Flon Bombers.
yeah, he's fantastic. Game 2, they did a great job of not testing him. They kept the puck away from him a little bit in game 2. The shots counts weren't very high. And if anybody's ever been up to the Whitney Forum in Flin Flon, it's a bit of a tighter rink. It's a bit of a smaller ice surface. Plus, everybody's right on top of you, so it feels even smaller. So these guys, you can see them. They're all monsters. Their entire defensive group, except for a couple of guys, is basically 6'3" or taller. So when you got big guys out there on a smaller ice surface,
takes up a lot of space.
Takes up a lot of space, right? So they did a great job. Flin Flon did in game 2 of really taking away a lot of time and space. It was a very physical game. Yorkton, to their credit, came out very physical in game 2. After game 1 was pretty emotional, very emotional, I should say. A little bit undisciplined on both sides. There was 4 power play goals scored in game 1. Game 2 was a lot tighter. Margin of it for error was a lot smaller, but both teams were able to kind of Flin Flon was able to do a great job at keeping Yorkton out of their own zone in game 2. So that's going to be what the big thing we're keeping an eye on tonight. Now that we're back in Southern Saskatchewan, the ice surface is a bit bigger. It's going to be now, can Yorkton play to their game a little bit better? Flin Flon played their game very well in game 2. Game 1 was a mess. It was all over the place.
So would you say it's an offensive defensive struggle? We got a very high powered team in Yorkton and much more structured defensively.
To an extent, I wouldn't say that Flin Flon is necessarily like a defensive specialist team, but they are very physical. They are built around forecheck. They're built around taking away space in the neutral zone and not letting you get into their own end. They do that very well, especially at home. They've built their team to win at home. We even talked to a couple of the players. It's like, we know we're built to win at home. Now we just got to go on the road and do it on the road as well.
Interesting.
Special teams.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Like,
game 1 especially.
Just, that it just can change a game. And I know the Yorkton coach was not impressed with, was it 7-2?
I believe so. Yeah. I think that
7
sounds
power
right.
plays for Flin Flon.
Yeah.
2 for Yorkton.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, in his defense, Emery got kicked out of the game as well. Emery Olason for Yorkton.
Oh, why wouldn't a guy? I love it.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was gonna say too, right? Like, he didn't do anything egregious. It wasn't like, come on, man. It wasn't like gross or anything. He just, asked a couple questions and got asked to leave the ice surface. So I talked to him after the game, and I won't say what he said necessarily, but he game 2, to his credit, he had his guys ready to play. They came out really, really hard. Yorkton did. And it just wasn't their night. It was Flin Flon's night. So after the game, Mike Reagan, who's just around the corner out there, he said, that's Flin Flon Bombers hockey. So we'll see if they can continue that tonight.
They can carry that forward.
Yeah.
Hey, getting thrown out of a game is not a big deal.
It was the end of the game anyways.
Oh, yeah. What the heck?
Yeah.
You ever been tossed, Barney?
Not coaching.
I was going to say as a fan, maybe.
Rob Montaigne almost threw me out of the big spring tourney last year. It's like the first time I coached since novice, and I almost got it. So I was kind of happy. But then it was like everyone was like, you gave Rob a taste of his own medicine. That's why he didn't like it. No, it is what it is. I'm very curious on power plays, or I'm very curious on just special teams tonight. And Yorkton, guys, we've been around enough hockey. You're back at home. The crowd's going to be in it. The worst thing that you can do is give up one or
an egg. You can't have an egg.
It's death for 2.
Yeah.
You got to try and keep that momentum somehow.
And that's what Flin Flon did so well in game 1, is they scored like 4 minutes into the game. And that crowd there was, from that moment on,
electric.
Oh my gosh, it was deafening at times. So I expect with Yorkton, I know it's going to be a sellout plus. I'm going to call it a sellout plus from the sounds of it, is that they've sold out, and then there'll be a couple extras.
Like us.
Yeah.
You're right. Really, we don't even have tickets yet. Just FYI.
Just sneak in the side, right?
Painted hand, here we come.
But I expect a really, really raucous crowd here tonight. I've seen it throughout the playoffs so far here in Yorkton. They've been doing great jobs getting the tickets sold in the community is right behind this team. And the best part about this is it's a 7-game series, and it's in no way over whatsoever.
No.
But like I said, if Yorkton can do what Flin Flon did in game 1 and score early on, I would say look out. I think it's going to be a whole new ball game.
So Flin Flon, they throw the moose leg, right? Are we expecting something special here?
There is a moose leg in the city as we speak right now. Guarantee some Flin Flon fan
has brought a moose
one in.
And there's a ton of Flin Flon fans. It just even in the hotel I got to here tonight, there was, I think, 8 in the lobby. Grandmas, grandpas.
All with their bomber gear on. Ready
hats.
to go.
Yeah, they're all there. They're all here.
Did they have like little coolers? You know what's in that little cooler, probably.
I was gonna say, they didn't show me anything, but they were just checking in and stuff. So they'll get that stuff ready now from here on into game time for sure.
So it could be a moose leg tonight or a bag of pierogies.
I don't think they do it traditionally on the road or anything.
No,
there might be something in the locker room.
I think they did in where I remember last year. And Benny said they were on the road. Was it Melford?
Was it bad luck then?
Was it some? No, they threw. I don't know.
It could be bad luck.
Could be.
No.
Could be.
No. It's got to happen if it's in. If
it's in the building,
like you said, I like the idea of some pierogies getting tossed on the ice if Yorkton wins this one tonight. I like that idea.
Some good shishlicky.
Yeah. And I'll be out there on the ice interviewing the player of the game for the SaskTel broadcast. So if you are going to throw pierogies, try not to hit me if you can.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
And a dish of sour cream would
bring
go
some
well.
mushroom sauce. I was going to say, come on, do it up right. Bring the mushroom sauce. This is great. And I was going to say these Yorkton, I think the one guy does look like the bus driver. We should interview that guy almost because he's had a month here.
Yeah.
He's had like I was someone should if they haven't added it up.
Yeah,
they've had to. Yeah.
Well, we said Jamie Neugebauer, to his credit, he was joking around that if there was a team in Minot, they would have found a way to play those guys too. There is a team, but not in our league, obviously. But
bring back the Americans.
I told Mike when we interviewed him to preview the series, I said, A, congrats on getting to another finals. He's been to 4 in the last 5 years. B, congrats on setting a record for distance traveled in the playoffs. Holy cow.
Because these are the 3 first. Like, they couldn't go further than this.
No, and they're all division rivals, these 3 teams, right? Which was just a testament to how good the Bungie division was this year with all 4 teams. Melville made the playoffs too. Yorkton played Melville in round 1, thankfully. Yorkton didn't have to travel very far.
That's right. No.
Great for both of those communities. But all 4 teams in that division made the playoffs this year. It was a really strong division, and it's kind of shows, throughout the playoffs so far, that it was the best division in our league this year.
Yep.
But yet we have 2 other divisions here represented. Or I guess Yorkton's in the final for sure.
Jamie actually, Neugebauer texted in.
He texted in.
Said, looking great, Clark. Jay's struggling again.
Yeah. I was. I left the hotel. It was 3-3. So I guess
been wearing a SportsCage hat anyway. But
I know.
Whatever.
I thought about that.
And then it was called the Canalta Cup.
It was the Canalta Cup. Yeah. Before this.
That makes sense. Where is the Centennial Cup this year?
Summerside PEI. Yeah. So it's a bit of a distance for a live on location for you guys.
That is nice.
It's a budget issue,
man. Like golf clubs are the first thing getting packed.
Yeah, for sure. Kyle's going, but I think he might be the only one. He might be the only one. And I know he's already got some invites from some folks out there to go golfing. So he'll be ask him about that because he'll have a story for you.
We got to talk budget. Yeah, we got to.
Well, you can go.
There's got to be some sponsors. There's got to be some sponsors out there. Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Can we do a prediction? Do you want to do a prediction?
Me?
Tonight, or you don't want to?
I don't know if I should necessarily lay my neck on the line.
Is that allowed for what you're doing?
You already gave us a good prediction.
I can give
over
you
22, whatever it is.
Yeah, for sure. I can give you my thoughts on how the game might go. Series overall, probably shouldn't do that myself personally, and I'll probably get roasted for like, oh, come on. But I think, like I said, Flin Flon got some really great momentum. They were able to kind of force their game style on Yorkton in game 2. Now it's just going to be all a matter of, can Yorkton get in here tonight back at home? They've been home cooking now for a couple of nights. They have an explosive offensive team, a dynamic offensive team, especially from the blue line. If you guys look at their blue liners, they actually lead the team in goals during the playoffs, Tommy Reese and Gavin Bartha. So if they can get those guys moving around and playing rover, they kind of play rover a little bit, and get their game established early on, I think they have a great chance tonight. And to get this crowd in, I think, is a big key for sure.
So you're picking the over for the 6.5?
Is it 6.5 is the goal?
6.5 is that what we're going with?
I didn't go to the sports book at the Painted Hand when I checked in, but yeah, you can set it.
They might have something going on at the Painted Hand. Yeah, I would say if any indication from game one comes into tonight with the venue change, then yeah, I'm going to go with the over. But if we see anything like game two, either way, whether Yorkton plays that game or not, it might be a tight one. It might be a low-scoring tight one tonight. But it depends on the venue swap, how much of effect.
I'm still thinking Yorkton comes out on fire. I think they're up 2-0 10 minutes in. Yeah,
wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no offense, Flin Flon.
We might have to play the 5 game, whoever we're sitting with.
That's right. Yeah.
Get some 5s going. Yeah. No, it's going to be a lot of fun. And then Taps, where we are right now, the sports bar
Great
on Broadway. I think Commish said we're maybe going to gather here later and move that third period of that Ducks-Oilers game.
Post-game analysis.
Well, I'll be there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a meeting.
Yeah, it's a meeting.
Late
business meeting, right?
We had to sit down and
production
discuss
meeting.
some things.
right.
Yeah, maybe don't bring this guy because I'm sure it'll be rowdy in here because there's a comedian. There's a comedy night as well here. Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Nice.
Here. So, it's Yorkton, baby.
Everything's happening.
It's like New York.
It's
There's
just
something
like New York.
every night.
A fun story, Jai Zawatsky, who's a 20-year-old forward for Yorkton, his older brother, Jarvis, is a stand-up comedian. So I don't know if he's back in town for this or not, but...
I have the gentleman's name.
You got it? Is it Jarvis Zawatsky?
No, it's Bad Influence. Nelson Mayer.
Okay. Not sure. I'm sure he's
it's
great.
his alias.
I'm sure he's great. That's definitely not him, but
not by the image anyway.
No, that's not him. But
I don't know if you missed it, but Pat Canadians, they're undefeated at Nationals' third win today, 7-0 over Waterloo. If people are just tuning in, they punched their ticket into the playoffs. They want to finish first. Tomorrow they got Quebec, the Cavaliers,
and then Kelowna,
and then the Kelowna Rockets.
Yeah. Yeah, we're keeping an eye on that for sure. 15 SJHL alum on that team. So, or not alum, prospects. So, we're keeping an eye on it for sure.
Yep. Adam Montaigne had the shutout today. Liam Pugh got on the board because he's been so close. I was watching it on HN Live and just telling people again, they can go watch all the Pat C's games on HN Live tonight. Clark's on Sastel Max.
Yep, Sastel Max TV. Yep, live local.
Right on.
Yeah, it starts at I think the game's supposed to start around 7, so our broadcast starts right around 7. So tune in. Barney's might be on. I don't know. We'll see.
Second intermission. Come on, dude. Yeah,
star of the show. It'll be good.
One of those sumo things.
You should maybe do your hair.
Yeah.
Oh, you can keep the hat on. I don't mind.
Hey, you're the last one to talk about doing
my hair's ready.
Right. Yeah, you don't
ready
have
all
much
the time
work to do.
Clark, thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
And thanks for bringing
this,
this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Trip down.
I'll have to take it from you though.
Memory lane. Yeah, no, for sure. That's
give it one
right.
good hoist before I take
it. It is almost indestructible. It is welded together.
SportsCage.
They've done some good work.
If you're watching the stream at sportscage.com, you see it here. The Quintera Seeds Cup will go to break. We'll be right back. It's for Regina Motor Products. All right, Sports Ticker live from Taps Sports Bar in Broadway. Internet's back and working here. Regina Pat Canadians 7-0 over Waterloo today at the National Championships. They're undefeated. Take on Quebec tomorrow. They have punched their ticket to the playoffs. They want to finish first. So we're here in Yorkton because it's Game 3 tonight, with the Flin Flon Bombers in town to take on the Yorkton Terriers. 7 p.m. puck drop. Under 70 tickets now for sale. Bombers lead the series 2-0. You can hear the game on our sister station, GX94, starting at 6:44. 6:45. 6:45, somewhere in there. National Hockey League tonight, Dallas, Minnesota, Pittsburgh, Philly, but a lot of you are watching Anaheim and the Oilers. That puck drop is at 8 p.m. And the Toronto Blue Jays, they lost to the Los Angeles Angels, or they were anyway. We're in commercial break here. Jays are taking it on the chin. It's for Reliance Heath. Get a new water heater and softener together, about $1.20 a day. You get $400 cash back when you switch to Reliance Heath. All right, we're up against the clock. That's it. That is all for hour one live from Taps Sports Bar in Yorkton, Saskatchewan. We'll be back in hour two. We'll have more local flavor. You Yorkton AAA Maulers head coach Josh Garbett. We're going to have Brent Krahn in for Eric Francis, the NASCAR report, and more. Stay tuned. We're buzzing. We're on the road. We're in Yorkton, Saskatchewan at Taps Sports Bar on Broadway Avenue.
Beautiful little establishment.
It's a sports bar.
It is fantastic.
Got everything you need.
Yeah.
You want to play some shuffleboard?
Got it.
Play some shuffleboard. Have chicken wing?
Got him.
Lots of taps?
Got him.
Darts?
Got him.
Curtis is trying to play darts. Didn't go over well.
No.
Yeah, he's
it's not. Yeah, they just bounce off the screen at Curtis there.
big darts guy. I think that's why you have to pay. And then something.
Then it allows the dart to enter.
I would think. I don't know. I'm guessing. I think so. So we're live here. Big game 3 tonight. SJHL, Yorkton and Flin Flon Regina Pat Canadians. If you're just tuning in, hammered Waterloo 7-0, so they're undefeated.
Guaranteed into the playoff round, though.
Yeah. Cal Tukarchuk is with us if you're watching the stream.
Big hat guy.
In a massive...
That's actually my name at the arena. That's what the kids call me. I had a kid
Big hat guy.
at Save On Foods. Hey, Mom, it's Big Hat Guy.
That thing is slick. And then I love the jersey, though.
Yep.
The orange, straight orange. I asked you, is that like a kind of a third-ish?
This one, well, our whites are the reverse of this, and then we've got a blackout jersey that we'll be wearing tonight. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Title with the Yorkton Terriers again, the exact title?
Director of Marketing and Public Relations.
So we are under 70, under 60 tickets now?
Probably about under 60 now, yeah.
Just going to be absolutely electric in there.
Now, are we going to say that it's sold out, or is there still going to be standing room?
There's still going to be some standing room, but we're talking sardine standing room. Like, we sold a ton of rush standing already before some tickets were released at noon today. So it's there's nothing better than Westland sardines. I'm telling you right now.
All right. I like it. I like it.
We just had a gentleman that listens to the show often come in from Regina and say he's coming to the game.
That's pretty cool.
That's great. I know we don't have it for a long time here, but I want to say just the state of the Yorkton Terriers organization, because it was about 3 years ago or 2 years ago, whatever, that it sounded like, things maybe it wasn't on stable ground. But now it looks like, again, they're in the league final. Things are good here.
Yeah, it's been, you know what? I started 3 years ago, same time as head coach and GM Emery Lawson. And by about month 3, we were kind of informed that things were a little bit sketchy.
Dicey.
Yeah. And then we ended up having a big ticket blitz, which ended up going over really well. Emery has punched his staple on what the team is, and he's turned around the entire program. And now we're doing very, very well. Our fans, our advertiser, everybody has just come out in droves. We've led the league in attendance regular season the last 2 years. We're definitely leading the league in attendance for playoffs so far this year. We're about 1,800 a game, which is fantastic. Our 50-50s have been great. Everything has been phenomenal, and we can't say enough about, again, the fans. I'm born and raised here. When this got to the point it did a couple of years ago, I said we'll be fine because the people will come. We just got to be honest with them, be forthright, and the rest of it will work itself out. And they've been phenomenal.
Any tips for us tonight in the rink and just being packed and us, haven't been around? Any tips?
You know what? If you enjoy a nice cold beverage, you definitely want to hang out in the west end of the arena.
I think I know where you're talking about. My daughter played here this year. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. So and
funny you'd know that.
Do I need a special pass or anything to get in there?
No, just
joke.
Actually,
is it a speakeasy
the best pass is it's a credit card or a debit card. Just flash that and you'll be good to go.
I have one of those. Yeah, I got some Monday Nooner t-shirts.
But really, it's the crowd is always energetic, always fun, and it's playoff hockey. It's fantastic.
You can't, if they're not excited about Game 3 of the league final, what are they going to get excited about?
Well, and that's exactly it.
Game 7.
Technically, before we released tickets today, we ran out of seats at about 4:00 on Monday.
Oh wow.
So people, we've had some rush standing seats being sold between then and noon today, but it's been, again, you can't say enough about the fans and everybody. It's been great.
I was telling Barney earlier, I've been in town today working and visiting with some clients. Every one of them that I talked to is going to the game. Every one of them. So that tells you that the support is everywhere.
Well, and again, like I said, when it comes to attendance, like we weren't averaging more than like 550 our first year. We averaged 1,300
Good on you.
2 years back to back.
Yorkton and area.
They're fantastic.
Take a bow. Okay, last question for you before I let you go.
Yeah.
60,000 was the 50-50 in Flin Flon. So I was take home 30,000. What are we expecting tonight in Yorkton?
Well, if anyone knows me, I'm shooting for 71.
Competitive juices.
Oh no, that's it. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. We are our last one was just under 50,000. So we're going to shoot for. If they want 60, I'll go 61, 65, whatever it takes to win both on and off the ice. That's my job. So
I love it. You and I will participate.
We will
that.
Definitely participate. Yeah,
absolutely.
My wife wants a hot tub, so she makes me participate.
Yeah. Nice,
no,
nice.
for sure.
Cal Tukarchuk, thanks so much for making some time coming down here today. Really looking forward to the experience tonight.
And I apologize to anyone that's watching this. It's not pretty, but it hides the face that used to be in radio. I went to school in Saskatoon for radio, and I got asked by Don Scott, so why do you want to be in radio? I got a face my mother doesn't even love. And this is the hat.
The hat hides it.
The hat hides it.
Don Scott, the classic Rise and Fall, the School of Rise and Fall. Do we want to go to a quick one here, Colson, and then bring Brent on, or do you want to go straight into Brent? All right. Colson says very quietly, we'll go to a quick break. SportsCage live on location, Yorkton, Saskatchewan. Taps Sports Bar on Broadway Avenue. Come by, say hi. We got a SportsCage hat. If you do, and you come by and do that.
Yeah, you got to mention it.
For sure. Yeah. We'll be right back after the break. All right, we're back. Sorry. You know what? It's Brent Krahn's joining us for Eric Francis, our NHL insider for Sports Select. You know where we are. We're in Yorkton, Saskatchewan, getting ready for Game 3 of the SJ. You played in the MJ. You know this. You know this rub that we're dealing with here.
So I think the MJ series is the Niverville Nighthawks are up 3-0 against the Tundra Oil Barons, right? In the MJ series. Pay attention to that. Like, you have no idea. My whole career, all I thought was, if I could play one game for my hometown Winkler Flyers, I feel like I'd made the National Hockey League. I played 3 games, got smoked 2 nights up in the pod against the OCN Blizzard Friday and Saturday, and then beat the Dauphin Kings Sunday afternoon, and then moved on to the Western Hockey League. But I do pay very close attention. And the SJ was always a premium league. Everybody knew where the SJ was. It's SJ. Everybody from Saskatchewan's way better at hockey than the guys from Manitoba. We all get it. But at the end of the day, it's a lot of fun. I pay very close attention. Absolutely.
Who would anybody of note would have been on those OCN teams or in the MJ back then that we would know? Who were the studs?
You know what? The only person I paid attention to was Jordan Tutu's older brother. He was there, and and I'll never forget. I was 15 years old, and I'm up in the pod, and I'm playing the Manitoba AAA Midget Hockey League at the time. We would go up. Thompson had a team, right? The Norman North Stars is what they were called. So all roads lead to Thompson, and then it's a railroad and an airplane after that, right? So you learn pretty quick how to operate, and so you go to the pod, like, oh, this ain't that bad. It's probably the same thing, and it wasn't. So I'm playing for the PV Hawks, and I get a phone call. Well, I don't, because there's no cell phones back then, but a landline to my old man from the coach saying, hey, we're going to need your boy to come play goal for us over the weekend. And my dad's like, that sounds like a great idea, but give him a call. So he passes the phone to me. And he's like, hey, you're playing Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm like, okay, no problem. So I go up, get smoked by the OCN Blizzard Friday night, 8-2. I'll never forget. Delayed penalty, about 8 minutes in. I'm skating to the bench for the extra attacker. There's Tutu's older brother, Terrence or Clarence?
Terrence.
Yeah. So he wasn't an overly big guy, but I'm 15. I'm a bag of bones, essentially, and I'm skating to the bench. And this guy stops what he's doing in his defensive zone, and he's racing me to my bench. And I'm 15. I'm a goalie. I'm not a tough guy. I'm not pretending that I'm gonna do anything. And he's running me. He's trying to take me out. And the still to this day, the old goalie, the old elbow, there are still hard plastic elbow caps. I'm almost to the bench, but I don't make it in time. And he comes at me, and I elbowed him, and the bench is emptied. I'm at the bottom of the pile. This is a Friday night in the paw. The coach pulls me out of the bottom of the pile, and he goes, "Krahn, you can't fight." And I'm like, I'm not trying to fight. I'm scared. I want to go home. That's all I want to do. I just want to go home. Like, leave me alone. Right, well, my mom, I don't care about hockey anymore. I don't want to get beat up. I don't want to do any of this because I'm 15, but I'm playing against, 21-year-old men that, right? And so we got smoked Friday night, 8-2. They ran us out of the building. The next night, I think we lost. We lost for sure. The score was, I don't know, was closer. And then as we're taking the school bus from the pod to down to Dauphin, we won, I think, 3-1. I was like, oh my God, just get me the hell out of here. I don't, and then, you get to play in the Western League, and I get to play for the Calgary Hitmen in the saddle. I'm like, this is amazing. But then you get to go to places like Swift Current and Moose Jaw and Prince Albert, and it's all places that are a lot of fun. That the fans all have very intimate access to all of us, right? And it's you don't escape it. You just learn to deal with it, right?
You're starting to shake a bit, Brent.
Yeah.
Well, we have a guy coming on in about 25 minutes who's now coaching the AAA Yorkton Maulers, who you would have played against in the WHL, Josh Garbett. He was on those Brandon.
What a last name too, hey? Garbutt. You just know he's a gritty player. You don't even have to know anything about him. He's like, he played in the West League. His last name's Garbutt. The guy probably got 200 penalty minutes a year, bunch of punches to the face, built for being a coach.
Absolutely.
Why are we having Eric Francis on? Why don't we have Brent on all the time?
As soon as Eric was like, I'm going to Ireland, I'm going to call. I said, I'm going to text Croner.
Well, Francis didn't play hockey. You guys know that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was in the band.
Highlights.
He was a kicker. He's a kicker in the CFL, right?
Yeah, soccer guy. Yeah, we were actually texting. He was having a couple in the lounge before his flight. Okay, no, but let's talk some NHL here, since you are kind of our fill-in NHL insider and a former goalie. Of all the series, goaltending, what's jumped out at you? Is it, unfortunate where Ottawa is? They're down Swayman, which Swayman's had Buffalo's number all year. So yesterday kicks there. On the goaltending front, what are you looking at?
Well, I'm most impressed by Jesper Wallstedt with the Minnesota Wild playing against the Dallas Stars. Mm-hmm. Obviously, Minnesota stroked the Dallas Stars in Game 1. Game 2 wasn't the same. But Wallstedt hasn't really given up a bad goal. We saw the first goal on Game 2 coming off the boards. I was in Dallas. I watched a lot of games and actually was shocked. I played a game or two there too. Those boards are lively, but you don't expect the boards to just jump up at you too. He came off the back wall, went and hit Wallstedt, and everyone's going to say it's his bad goal, which it is, but it's a lucky bounce too. Wallstedt's been steady the whole way through. What I didn't like, you had mentioned Swayman, and I think he's had a tremendous year. Last season was hard on him because he bet on himself, wanted more money, held out, missed training camp, was fighting with the Bruins for more money, and he deserves it. This year, he's had a tremendous year. He's one of the main reasons why Boston's are where they are. But you see him in Game 1. Buffalo wins 4-2, but Boston was up 2-0 for most of the game until 7 minutes left in the third period. What I didn't like was we all know Swayman has swagger. He's confident. He bets on himself, and that's that's something you can't teach. But what I didn't like is Boston, for the most part of Game 1, just had perimeter shots. He was seeing everything. Boston did a good job of letting him track the puck. And every save he made, it felt like a statement. It was a glove save from distance. He would just swat it down and throw it away. And I just saw that, and I'm not that type of guy, and I'm reading way too much into it. But I personally took offense to it. It's like, hey,
because you've been at the bottom of piles in OCN.
Yeah, right. It only gets worse from here, boys. Right? Like, don't start at the top of the hill. Don't start at the top of the hill. Just work your way up. Make the save. Act like you've been there. Don't flash it out. Just this is part of your job. But he's making every save like he's Patrick Waugh and whatever 1993 winning the Stanley Cup. Like just stop but the guy's obviously had a way more illustrious career than I did. So you see Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, conversely, game 2 fall apart. And in game 1, he wasn't that fantastic either. He's a big guy. He's 6'4". He's moving way too much for being a big man. And we saw him get scored on from center ice, and he's kind of trying to figure it out still. And that's just kind of a freak goal, and he's looking like, how did that happen? But he's out at the hash marks, and that goal still jumped over his glove and beat him. And that just makes no sense. We were chatting about it this morning on the Fan 960 here in Calgary, and you're like, oh, yeah, I know, maybe the Boston player tried to do that. Well, no, they don't. They don't. You shoot from distance, you put a bit of spin on it, who cares? You're not expecting to beat the goaltender. No. The first 2 goals against Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen were terrible. The backhand through his 5-hole and then the shot from center ice. Like, they put Alex Lyon in after the 4th goal, and rightfully so. The moment kind of seemed a bit too big for Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, even though I think he's a tremendous goaltender. He's trying to do way too much. So we'll see where Buffalo goes from here. I do think Boston's going to beat them in the first round. I really do. With their okay. Yeah, I do. I really do. I love Buffalo. I'm cheering for them. I want Buffalo to win. I just feel like the moment's too big for these boys, and I think Boston's gonna settle it out.
It's that comment I make that you got to learn how to lose. You have to get there and lose to understand how to get through.
I got to ask you this, Croner. Have you ever let one in like that weird bounce from center?
So I tell you what, never in my career have I let anything in from above the blue line. And okay. That didn't translate to millions of dollars in a 20-year career, but I'll tell you what, I've never let in anything from that distance. I'll never forget, was my second last year in the American Hockey League, Chris Chelios. He was, I don't know, he was in his 50s. He came down and played still in better shape than all of us. He had this weird knuckle puck that he would shoot.
And tan.
Oh, so best tan. You couldn't argue. You felt like he was on the beach every single night. You look at him like, oh, where'd you come from? The Barbados or the Bahamas? Oh, no, you're playing in the American Hockey League. Oh, okay, I get it, right? You got a tanning bed wherever he was going to go. Excuse me. So he would shoot from distance, and it was just a knuckle puck. You could see, Czechoslovakia is not a country anymore. It's Czechia or Czechia or whatever, Czech Republic, whatever it is now. But normally you can see the puck going like this. It's kind of revolving. You can read it slowly if you're paying attention to it, but it would come at me like at its face, and it would roll over and go left and right. And he would do this from distance because he just had this weird shot to dump it in. And guys try to do it because things can happen. I've seen goals go in. I mean, we saw Thomas Howell letting one from distance. We saw Kluche letting one from distance. We've seen goal. It happened. Roman Turek. It happens to everybody. You're just kind of not paying attention. You're half asleep, or something changes. It dips. I tell you what, for all the follies I've had in my career, I've never let in a goal from center ice. And when I saw that, I'm like, my God, what are you doing? Because when I get explained to me, it's like, oh, he put some spin on it. It's like from the center ice on his backhand.
It's not a pro V with a 60 degree.
So when you're going in for a contract negotiation, and UPL's just done a tremendous job of, he's going in like, hey, I want more money. Like, well, can you stop letting in goals from center ice on their backhand, please?
Let's just go over this one video.
Yeah, we're going to show you this tape. We just brought in a 72-inch TV.
Maybe we'll just get you free Labatt for a year, and that'll probably cost us less than not making it to the second round. I don't know, right?
I know teams that have, and I can't remember if it was junior or senior or what I was playing. There was a guy, and he had really bad eyes.
So and was the goalie?
The goal. And they were just like, he can't pick up anything from way out, so just let him fly. If you want a waster, put it on net. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, poor guy in there. And everyone knows he's got bad eyeballs.
That was like playing in Prince Albert back in the day. That barn was awesome and terrible at the same time. The score clock was off center. everything was dark, so anything that was shot over the boards was you couldn't pick it up. And everybody's just like, "Oh, this is so amazing! This is a hard barn to play in." Yeah, because it's not actually built properly. That's why it's hard to play in, right? And I remember going to PA. I loved it. They had Milan Kraft there. They had Ross Lupischuk. They had a handful of other like super talented guys. It was so much fun going to PA because I loved every second of it. But going in and playing there, getting beat from center ice was like that was a goal scorer's goal because that building was built weird, and I'm sure it's not any better. Just like playing in Medicine Hat, they built the co-op center now too because it was a awful barn too. But they at least in Medicine Hat they give you a shot on net for stopping the puck behind the net. It was awesome.
So you mean those 440-watt bulbs in PA were just not enough to highlight the arena?
Incandescent 30-watt bulbs that would flicker every once in a while, and then the lights would go off and they'd score. Like, oh, that's a goal. It's like, well, I'm sorry, I don't think it is, but that's fine. We're already up by 4 goals. Whatever you need.
Oh my goodness,
take it.
Right? I love it. We're gonna need a light. Oh, we don't have any. We're going across the street to the bingo hall, and
somebody's got a floodlight.
One of those.
Hey! Grab Bob's floodlight from his garage. He'll take it and put it on. Just shine it in the middle of the ice. We'll be fine.
I totally took this sideways from the NHL talk and where we were going. I want to get your take on what you see from Carter Hart, because Eric Francis and I watched him live 2 weeks ago in Vegas when Calgary was there, and I was like, I don't know, like he doesn't look totally dialed and confident and all that. What's your take on what you see from Carter Hart?
He has something to prove, and I think everybody's making a big deal about John Tortorella being the coach and that Carter Hart played for him 3 years ago and he in the playoffs. That's fine. It has nothing to do with John Tortorella. It has everything to do with Carter Hart. He's been better than I thought he would be because he hasn't been. They brought him in to be the guy at some point. He's faltered. They've gone through a handful of goaltenders this season. They won the Stanley Cup with Aiden Hill there, 3 years ago? He's been good. He hasn't cost them. He hasn't stolen them anything. And he's been better than I expect. He's not you watched the game the other night. He was fine. They lost 3-2. He didn't cost them anything. I'm actually quite impressed with how he's been playing. He's been calm. He's been confident. He's been controlling his rebounds. Early on in game 1, I thought he looked nervous. There was pucks hitting him that he had no idea he caught or that would hit his body. He was chasing the puck. But having said that, I'll give him credit. I actually think he's done pretty well.
I agree with you. I think he's done better than he's done better than I expected. And the third goal last night, the winner, you can't put on him. He makes 2 saves and the defensemen both go behind the net. That's not on Carter Hart.
Doesn't.
What's better with the curly hair?
Your internet's kind of cutting in and out. He's asking us a question.
No, I got it answered. So Eichel, you watch him come back on this play. He's got no intention of playing defense here whatsoever. No, and you can just see that Carter Hart stops the first one, stops the second one, and then the third one goes in. Like that's really not on the goaltender whatsoever. And Eichel's trying to track that puck and move it back up the ice, but they split the series as they should. It'll be a long one. These two guys. I know they'll go split them back in Utah, and that's just kind of how it's going to go. But Carter Hart's been fine.
I don't want to go too deep into this. This could be like a really quick. The thing I noticed about Carter Hart being a goalie geek, even though I was never a goalie, and thank God my kids aren't, is his equipment looks really small. Yeah, like that white gear he had. Even when we watched him live, I was like, seems off. Like he's wearing street hockey stuff.
Well, you know what? It's funny you say that. So I remember having Grant Fury as a goalie coach, and he just told me to wear white equipment because you look better. You look bigger, right? Sure. And then I got to the Calgary Hitmen, and Kelly Kissio was the general manager of the team, and he said, you're only wearing black equipment because if your white equipment stays white the whole time, it means you're stopping nothing. So you may as well just wear black and assume that you're stopping. So you get two guys that have differences of opinion, a goaltender and a centerman, right? So Carter Hart plays small, the way he plays compact, he plays tight.
Okay.
And he's correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think he's an overly big guy either. And I don't have his stats in front of me, but he's not 6'4". He doesn't have an albatross wingspan. He's in the right spot at the right time. He plays the percentages like most guys nowadays. And he looks tiny to me too, and I don't understand why he can't get scored on more.
It's say that again, Colson.
6'2" is not small.
6'2". That's
he
really
plays
pushing
small,
it.
but-
Maybe
He looks small.
maybe on skates. Yeah.
Dustin Wolf in Calgary here is listed at 6 feet, and I know that for a fact he's not 6 feet. Like, I know what, I'm 6'4", so they didn't have to compensate for my height, but I wish they would have said I was 6'7" or something like that, right? Would have offset the weight for sure.
Okay, let's close with Edmonton. And what do you think there? Obviously, we got Ingram from Imperial Saskatchewan in net. One game. I am the only one I know, and maybe it's because I don't really like Edmonton that much. I think Anaheim's going to give them everything they can handle here.
Well, Anaheim doesn't play defense, and I think Connor Ingram is the best goaltender to play for the Oilers because there is so much stress and pressure being in that organization to win a Stanley Cup. And when you think about it, anybody that plays there, they're trying to win a Stanley Cup for Connor McDavid. That's my opinion. The focus is on Connor McDavid. He's the best player in the league. Why hasn't he won yet? He's been to Stanley Cup finals twice. They've lost. Blah, 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 all that fun stuff. So you trade away Stuart Skinner, who hasn't, even though he's done a great job, but he hasn't, they're pinning it on goaltending. They didn't have consistent goaltending. Connor Ingram, he comes into an Edmonton Oilers team where the fans are going to give him the benefit of the doubt. He's gone through some mental health issues, and I use that. Mental health is a loosely used term nowadays to give guys a break. But for a guy like Connor Ingram, he's dealt with what he needs to deal with. People are on his side. He's punching up, and so I think for him, he's in a good space with the Oilers fans, management, coaching staff, and his teammates. And Connor Ingram is not giving up crap goals. It's not how many saves you make, it's when you make your saves. And Skinner, we've always known he's a super talent, but he will go through spurts where he can't stop anything and he'll need a reset. We've seen it 2 years ago when they played Vancouver in the second round where he couldn't wheel a tire down a hill. They take him out for 2 games. Pickard comes in. And it's like, oh, my God, Pickard won the game. Thank God. Everybody's just holding their breath when Pickard's in net. Skinner comes back. He's good. Oilers give up a ton of chances. But Ingram doesn't give up bad goals. Like, you watch that game 1, I couldn't fault a single one of those goals on Ingram. I mean, you got Bouchard, he's mailing it on his backhand there. I think it was on goal number 2 where, you got Oilers fans preaching that he should be a Norris Trophy candidate. And he's got a ton of skill on the offensive side. Defensively, he makes some plays you question, but at the end of the day, it's you give the puck away in your own zone, you make the first save, goes in the net, they win the game, right? And so Connor Ingram is not here to steal games; he's here not to lose games, and I think he's done that since he's joined the Edmonton Oilers, and I think he's done a tremendous job. And you're not going to compare him to the Bobrovskys or the Vasilevskys or whoever else. He just can't cost the Oilers a game, and as long as he doesn't do that, the Oilers will be just fine.
And his mental makeup right now is, I feel serenity now, and
could be some of that,
getting it done.
Well, he's not Tristan Jarry coming in and challenging the team's defensive makeup game 2. Like, you're a goaltender, you're an army of one. So if you want to call out your teammates for not playing defense, they'll like, listen, buddy, like, I've been there before. You get smoked. It's like, what are you going to say? Well, it's my fault. I should have made a save. But Jarry thought it was a better idea to say, well, we don't play defense very well here, which really endears yourself to your teammates. I'll tell you that when you call them out a week into this, joining a team. This Bush League.
All right, Croner. Thanks so much again for filling in today. That was a lot of fun. And it's going to get a ruckus here in Yorkton tonight, as you know about. Appreciate you doing this again.
I have a few old Yorkton Ontario friends. It's a good town, great hockey town. You know what? And junior hockey is the best. Like the junior A stuff. That's SJ. To a lesser known degree in Saskatchewan. The MJ is really good too. The AJ is fine. All that kind of stuff. But I love it all day long. It's the best. I love it.
Yeah. Right on, man. Thanks again for doing this. Let's do this again shortly.
Thanks, boys. Have a good night.
There he is, filling in for Eric Francis. He's on the Fan 960 in Calgary a lot. You can catch him there. Very candid, good stuff. I forgot to tell him too. He's on sports. He did some TV hockey. He got called in. He got thrust in last minute, like e-bug style. Did a great job. That's Brent Krahn for Sports Select, NHL Insider. When you're ready to play, bet on the original Sports Select. Make your picks online now. Generate a QR code. Go to your Lotto Spot retailer. NHL games tonight. 936-6262. Let us know what you got. Guys like Benny out there. Sharky and I are not sure on where to bet our Sports Select cash today. We're live at Tap Sports Bar, Broadway in Yorkton, Saskatchewan, and it's getting kind of a lot of people. Yeah. Starting to fill up here before
the after-hour crowd.
Before the game. Crowd. Yeah. Still to come, quick NASCAR report, and then we're going to have head coach of the Yorkton AAA Maulers, Josh Garbett, joining us. Stay tuned. It's for Regina Motor Products. I just got a new clutch performer. We're live at Tap Sports Bar, Broadway in Yorkton, getting ready for Game 3 of the SJHL final.
What do you got?
These guys over here playing pool.
Yes.
One guy's he brought his own gloves and his own stick. Like, this is like real stuff going on.
Like pool gloves?
Pool gloves.
Wow.
Yeah, there's here. This guy right here, there's his one hand and there's no fingers. Fingerless gloves, man. That guy's my clutch performer.
That's...
He's here. He's here to play on a Wednesday. Do you have one?
No, I'm thrown off now by this.
Colson, do you have one?
You know what? I got one. Adam Montaigne. Shout out tonight. 7-0.
7 rip.
Yeah.
Pat Canadians.
Great job by
Waterloo.
Him. Yep.
Colson, we can barely hear you. If you have one, you need to speak up.
Yeah, I got one. Referee in the SJHL. I'm just trying to remember his name here, pulling this up. Tanner McGregor did over 350 games over 15 years, and they're just honoring him here.
Nice.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So that's good. Those are our clutch performers for Keln Solar, local company in Lumsden, Saskatchewan. If you're thinking solar, give them a call. They can come and hook you up. Again, we have a couple of SJHL hats, SJ SportsCage hats to give away. If someone's listening, come by for a pregame meal or whatever you want and say, hey, I was listening to you guys. You can grab one of these hats. We'll go to a quick break. We come back. New head coach of the Yorkton AAA Maulers, storied junior hockey career as well. Josh Garbett is going to join us live here. It's a SportsCage live from Tap Sports Bar in Yorkton, Saskatchewan. And the SportsCage on Wednesdays is for Regina Motor Products. Man, live shows are fun. Sharky's with me for Flooring Superstore. We're live at Tap Sports Bar, Broadway Avenue.
Our shows are always live.
In Yorkton, Saskatchewan.
On location.
On location, yeah.
We're always live.
On location in Yorkton, getting ready for Game 3 of the SJHL final tonight between Yorkton and Flin Flon. If you missed it earlier, Regina Pat Canadians still undefeated at Nationals, 7-0 over Waterloo. Speaking of AAA midget hockey, U18 hockey, joining us, head coach of the Yorkton AAA Maulers, Josh Garbett. We just had Brent Krahn on. We were chatting with him, a guy that you would have played against in the dub.
That's right. Yeah. I think Calgary.
Yes.
Goalie. Yeah. You bet. Yeah.
That's
right.
You know, we had a chance to chat, and I've been chatting with Worm and Tyler Van Leuven. Now you guys got on board, doing a great job. The Yorkton Maulers. When did you jump behind the bench? When was that this past year?
Well,
how did that work?
I came on board 2 days before spring camp last year. So obviously jumped right in with both feet, and then was on board all year long. And then the coaching change was made just after Christmas. And then basically there was just me and Jeremy there to finish out the year. So
yeah. What are you going to bring different than what you've had? I mean, you've got a lot of experience, SJHL, Western Hockey League, university hockey. What are you going to bring to the program that maybe they haven't seen so far?
Honestly, kind of having the fresh start we had now. We've put together like a really credible quality staff of guys. Because like this league is a 1%er league. I think it's the best. And I mean, it's noted on, Colby Armstrong will say it on national TV. It's the best midget league in North America. And you have to have good people involved in it. And it takes an army. So the staff we put together, I think, is key. I mean, we've changed everything from the kids' schedule, to practice times, to the entire logo of the organization, all new gear, a brand new dressing room. It needed a total overhaul to become more professional and respected, and it starts with the culture, and that's changing everything. So
nice. You guys are doing a great job, because I look at and obviously having a son that's a 2011, and just seeing the signings, because spring camp was last week or whenever that was, and just the signings and what you guys have now, a crop of returning, because you got Russ Snack, Veroba, a couple of local guys that I know of that are like core. Okay, let's build around these 10s a little bit, like really good guys. And then the 11s you brought in, and then now you sprinkled in some Saskatoon and all that. I think you guys are doing an awesome job, and it is all you guys that I've talked to. The other thing, though, is it makes so much of a difference, especially when kids got to move away from home, which a lot of them do, and they're from small town. Practice times, and that's one thing that you said we're changing. We're not going to practice at 7 a.m. Like 3 p.m. for midget hockey is good. I know when I played, like I couldn't imagine getting up at 7 a.m. for a practice.
Well, it wasn't getting up at 7. It was getting to the rink
at 6
typically. And there was some kids that were early risers that were on the ice early, and credit to them. But I honestly found that when it was game time at 7 or 7:30 at night, or even 1:30 in the afternoon on Sundays, it seemed like the kids were ready to wind down at that point in time.
They were exhausted. The day was over. Yeah.
Mental clocks.
It just wasn't conducive to a 15, 16, and 17-year-old. No matter how disciplined they are or what type of kid they are, they're not going to bed at 9 o'clock. It's just not. That's not real life. So.
No. I can't even imagine. I'm trying to put my head around it that you're getting up for practice. My
13-year-old daughter is now. I'm just like 9 o'clock. She's like, get lost.
Yeah, it just wasn't real, and I'm excited for that change for the kids, especially the ones that are returning. But just everything overall, the picture of everything, and like I said. The hockey guys that we have involved that are chipping in ideas and what they feel could be a good change. You take it all in, because you're constantly just learning and changing things. So
from when you played in Manitoba or in Alberta, but now and where the kids are, what's the hardest thing about coaching kids in 2026 going into 2027? Because you've been through the ringer.
Yeah, it's certainly drastically different. I was actually just at my place of work here right before I came here with Caleb Bullich, a former Mauler and Western League player, and we were just chatting about some stuff, old stories, and when things weren't going well in Brandon, and you had Kelly McCrimmon come down, and he shoots her straight. That's just the way it is.
Just says what's on his mind.
Like he would get deeply personal and make sure you got the message. And you had no choice but to just eat it and move on. Or you just didn't exist really. Now I think kids are incredible now because they're like sponges, but it's just explaining the why all the time, as opposed to like do now.
Because I said.
If you have a why behind it, typically they're understanding and they listen and they want to get better. So,
but you remember when you would have first played, and even me, because I'm way older, there was no video, or there wasn't as much video or video work. So the guy's telling you that you're making the same mistake. You got to think in your head where it was. Now you can show it. Here's your mistake.
Yeah.
And here's what happens when you do this. I think there's so much more opportunity to coach with all the pieces now.
Yeah, 100%. And when we do our video sessions, like the kids are completely attentive and asking questions. So it's just a tool that, there just wasn't much of it.
No,
when I was their age. So I think they take advantage of it. They ask for feedback and ask for video, and you're excited to help
they can
them.
see the benefit.
Yeah.
Yep. They can see it.
It's great what you guys are doing here, and the turnaround is going to be awesome. I want to get into some of your playing days, and I remember I was working in Saskatoon at Global Television and covering the 02-03 Wheat Kings team. What did you guys lose in the conference Eastern Conference final that year?
Yeah, well, 3 years in a row we went to the Eastern Conference finals against Red Deer, and I mean they had Cam Moore, Dion Phaneuf, Jeff Wawicka, Joel Stepp. Like they, top to bottom, they were stacked. Colby Armstrong, and Daryl Sutter as a coach. And the 1 year we were up 3-1 on them, and we ended up giving up a OT game in Brandon, and then just the wheels fell off. But they were unbelievable series, and yeah, it was awesome.
This roster, Ryan Craig, the 2002-3 leading scorer, Tutu Conserata, Fair, Ryan Stone, Regan Leslie, yourself, and then it goes down, and there's some young guys coming in. What's your favorite Jordan Tutu story? Maybe it was like in the dressing room or on a road trip or something, because we had a chance to on the Monday nooner talk to him, and just what a fascinating guy.
Oh, he's incredible. There's so many, to be honest, but I just remember my first training camp as a 15-year-old going there, and him and his brother were in training camp. And I literally thought I entered another realm of the universe, because these guys were skating around the ice and like terrifying, blowing people up every shift. Just totally unfazed. It didn't matter who the comer was to them. So I remember that distinctly, like saying to myself, like, maybe I'm way out of my league here. This looks terrifying. But honestly, just his preparation for games was incredible. Like, he showed up, and it was a mentality of, I'm going to be a heat-seeking missile, and it fed our team so much. So it was really incredible to be around that.
Okay, and then favorite Kelly McCrimmon memory.
Oh man, like I said, I was saying, Kelly could be hard on guys, but still to this day, me and my wife will go to Clear Lake and have dinner with Kelly. Like, he's an incredible man. If you just come with the right intentions and work ethic, he treated you so well. But with that being said,
if you didn't,
with that being said, like, he's a businessman at heart, and he's going to do what's best for his business or his hockey team, and he makes decisions pretty quick. So
I noticed in that roster there's a young fellow played a few games by the name of Dustin Bufflin.
Yeah.
Do you remember the big Buff coming to Brandon?
So I actually played with Buff twice. When he first came to Brandon, it's actually an incredible story. Came to Brandon, we were doing fitness testing, and I believe it was the 10-minute mile. I don't know. We had to go to the track, and you had to run X amount of laps in a certain amount of time in the track as part of our fitness testing. And we're all plugging away on this track. And I think like lap 2 or 3, old Buff there, he just said, well, I didn't come to camp to run. So he just walked straight off the track and said, that's enough for me. And everybody's like, whoa. And he just flat out told the coaches, told the staff, he said, no, I didn't come here to be a long distance runner. I just came to play hockey. So yeah, he was quite the character. And then my next go around with Buff was in PG. Actually, I was his D partner. and we were a terrible hockey team in the middle of nowhere. And we'd have, say, spin class in the morning or whatever, and Buff would come and he'd be eating an Egg McMuffin and a hash brown while he's doing his spin bike, and just nobody
said anything to him.
This is the way I operate, and just take it all in.
I'm not here to go on the Tour de France. I'm here to play hockey. I'm Egg McMuffin.
Yeah, I love that.
Oh, he was awesome.
Josh, thanks very much,
Josh.
coming by, man.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah,
I appreciate it. Love what you guys do.
Great. Really looking forward to you guys next year, and just knowing some of those kids. And you guys got a good thing going on here.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited about it and optimistic. And
you going to the game tonight?
Yeah, you bet.
Okay, well, we'll see you there.
Awesome.
All right,
see you later.
Guys.
Head coach of the Yorkton AAA Maulers, Josh Garbett. Yeah, what a great career as well. A lot of junior stories there. Let's get into the ticker, Colson.
It's time for the Sports Ticker, brought to you by Extreme Hockey and Sport is the home of the price match guarantee. 1425 McIntyre Street, the Cooperator Center, Moose Jaw Temple Garden Center, and online at extremehockey.net.
We are here live at Tap Sports Bar in Broadway in Yorkton because it's Game 3 of the SJHL final tonight. Yorkton hosting Flin Flon. The Bombers do lead 2-0. The game can be heard on our sister station, GX94 645. Better yet, there was like 50, 60 tickets left a little while ago. Just come down.
I don't think they're going to turn you away.
Make your way to Taps. Well, they might. Fire marshal might. Yeah. Make your way to Taps here. Have a pre-gamer and then head over to the rink. Regina Pat Canadians still undefeated at the Nationals, 7-0 over Waterloo today. They take on Quebec tomorrow. National Hockey League playoffs, Oilers, Anaheim Ducks, 8 p.m. The one right before that, we got Dallas, Minnesota, 7:30. That's tied at 1-1. Pittsburgh trying to get back into the series against Philly. 5 p.m. puck drop in Philadelphia. Major League Baseball, Jays lose to the Los Angeles Angels today. It's for the local shop, Extreme Hockey and Sport. More than hockey, baseball, lacrosse, they got you covered. McIntyre Street, the Cooperator Center, and now in Moose Jaw Temple Garden Center, the local shop, Extreme Hockey and Sport. Speaking of local, what do you got? Time of the week, we talked to Croft from Croft Electric.
Daniel.
What have you been waiting to ask Daniel about his electrical operation?
Well, I've got a great question for him today based on his recent additions.
I think he's on.
Is he?
Hey,
Daniel,
boy.
are you there?
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Danny.
Hey, Sharky, get stung by any hornets yet?
No hornets.
Isn't that an August thing? Hornets are bad?
Yeah, hornets are bad later in the
you know, when you kick a hornet's nest over, you usually get stung.
You did that?
Yeah, well, they would call that U of R comment a hornet's nest kickover. So, yeah. No hornet's nest. No, U of R doesn't reply to these things very quick, so I don't expect anything.
We're here to talk about
I'm
electrical.
just kidding around, boys.
Hey, by the way, talk about the new addition to the Croft Electric fleet.
Which one? The fire truck?
The fire truck.
Well, sometimes I'm not at work. On my off campus duties at home, I light fires once in a while. So it's probably best to have a fire truck in my fleet.
Yes.
Okay. People need something electrical done. We're getting into springtime. We're going to get some crap weather here maybe the next few days, but then we're back into the goodness. You guys are doing a lot of works, planning a lot of works out at cabins for people.
Yeah, perfect. And actually, let's be honest, this weather we're going to get for the next couple of days is a great time to be sitting in the cabin or in the house thinking about these projects you want to get going. And get a hold of us. Let's start planning. Let's get ahead of so we're, when that good weather hits your cabin or your farm or whatever it is, your home, your business, we're ready to roll and get that project fixed up, get it cleaned up, get it fixed, or expand, renovation, whatever it is. Let's talk. Let's have a coffee and get your project underway.
Love it. Danny, how do they find you? Where do we track down Croft Electric?
Well, as Barney always says, follow us on our socials because they're for the Tip Tuesdays and Friday Funnies. As well, check out our website at www.croftelectric.com. But the easiest and best way is give us a call at 306-586-1333.
Excellent. Thanks, Danny.
I might have to call you, Danny, soon.
All right.
I noticed I think I might need some electrical work done or something looked at.
Beautiful.
At the chateau.
I'll come over personally.
What have you done?
I'll talk about that offline. Okay, see you, Danny. Thanks. Croft Electric. Follow him on all the socials. Croft Electric. We need to think an electric. Boom. Croft Electric. All right, we're up against the clock here. Coming up, hour 3, all-time penalty minute leader from the SJHL. Grant Ottenbreit is going to join us, the commissioner of the SJHL, and who knows who else is going to pop by. We're live for Game 3 of the SJHL final at Tap Sports Bar on Broadway in Yorkton. It's for Regina Motor Products. We're back after the news. It's for Regina Motor Products Wednesday. We are live on location at Tap Sports Bar, and good crop of crew. There's some real shooters on the pool table over there doing some billiards, and then just people getting ready for the big
lots of pregame snacks over there.
Big contest tonight, Game 3, SJHL final. Yorkton hosting Flin Flon with the Flon up 2-0. So stop by before the game, after the game here at Taps in Yorkton. Really looking forward to the contest tonight. If you're just tuning in, Regina Pat Canadians, they are still undefeated. It was Waterloo, face their Waterloo. They took Waterloo behind the old woodshed and said, Waterloo, early in the game, though, looked good. I watched them, and they're really physical. Their power play, man, I haven't seen a team move the puck on a power play like that, although it didn't equate to anything. And Adam Montaigne with the shutout. So keeping you up to date.
Good for them.
We're local. Let's quickly, before we get Grant Ottenbreit on, from Yorkton, all-time SJ penalty minute leader, and then the commissioner of the SJHL. Let's get into the NASCAR report.
The SportsCage NASCAR Report, where rubbin' is racing, is brought to you by Croft Electric. 27 years of trusted, reliable home, farm, and commercial service for all your electrical needs. Visit croftelectric.com and on all socials.
Please welcome Grand Marshal, two-time Daytona 500 champion, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Welcome to the sold-out 2018 Daytona 500. Drivers, start your engines!
I love it. And if you've ever been there when that takes place, it is an epic sound. It is a truly epic sound when they fire that up. Hey, last week we were in Kansas, and Tyler Reddick won his 5th race of the year in 9 races. So Tyler Reddick's run more than the rest of the fields even got close to. Reddick did it after a caution that put us into overtime with the 3-2-1 finish. He ran out of gas about 2 laps before that, had enough to get to the caution.
My wife ran out of gas once.
I'll bet she did. Not on a racetrack. Reddick runs out of gas, has to give up first place to Hamlin. Hamlin comes out of the pits after the caution, has the lead. Reddick gets past him. Hamlin failed, actually finished 4th. Hamlin finished 4th. Reddick took the checkered flag. Unbelievable season for him so far. And by the way, if Michael Jordan is at the racetrack where Reddick's racing, because he's the owner, Reddick has won. So Jordan's been to 5, Reddick's won 5. So
Jordan's got an airplane. He can kind of get wherever he needs to go. Wherever now.
Yeah, so it's been a big difference for Reddick's season. Brian Blaney was the one who fell. He finished, I think, about 23rd this week. He's now in the standings, fallen to 3rd place. But the usual comers are still there. Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, Ty Gibbs is still up there. So those are the guys to watch for. Nick, this week we go to my favorite track.
What's it called?
That's Poconos. No.
Poconos.
We're not at the Tricky Triangle.
Tricky Triangle.
We're not at the Tricky Triangle.
I was going to say, okay, I'm glad I didn't.
This week we're in Talladega.
Good song.
It's 500 miles, but only 188 laps. 33-degree banking, 200 miles an hour, bumper to bumper.
Don't run out of gas.
Don't run out of gas. Don't get in the way. There is no favorite in this. And when I say that, there's just so much that can happen in this race when they're going that fast.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Like, if you're betting this week, you can take a long shot because there's a chance it's coming through. So there you go. There's our NASCAR report for Croft Electric. Thanks, Danny. And watch for Talladega on
Croft
Sunday.
Electric. Okay, quick break, and then we're going to get Grant Ottenbreit to settle in here, and then the commission of the SJHL. We're live at Tap Sports Bar, Broadway Avenue in Yorkton, getting ready for Game 3 of the SJHL Final. The cage on this day is for Regina Motor Products. Welcome back, live in Yorkton, Saskatchewan at Tap Sports Bar. We got a comedian here tonight if you don't want to go to the hockey game. Come take in the comedian. But this place is starting to get busy because the town is all abuzz. The rink's going to be packed. Game 3 of the SJHL Final. It's for Regina Motor Products on this Wednesday. Sharky is here. When Sharky's here for the Flooring Superstore. Trent Dickin and his staff. Anything you need flooring, think of them.
Great group.
Joining us live on set now, if you're watching the stream from Yorkton, Saskatchewan, all-time penalty minutes leader in the SJHL, Grant Ottenbreit. Grant, thanks so much for making this time.
Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
I shook your hand. The knuckles are still there. They're still there. That's pretty good.
Okay, I'm looking at the old elite prospects here, and I said this earlier. I said, when Grant comes by, I got to ask him what was going on in the mid 80s, late 80s. Like, these are big numbers. 427 PIMs, 405, and then 505. Were you an angry man back then?
No, I was, refs, Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah.
No, just terrible reffing. I mean, I got caught for a lot of tripping penalties.
Hooking.
Those are a lot of hooks.
You weren't allowed to do that as much back then, I guess.
So I've heard a story of a brawl in here between you guys and Weyburn back in that time period where Weyburn actually ran out of players.
During the brawl?
Yeah, during the whole game. Everybody was in the penalty box or out, and they ran out of bodies. Is that true?
Well, yeah, we had a few brawls back in the day. I remember, honestly, and I almost didn't finish that brawl, if it's the one I'm thinking of. We had a line brawl, and we got caught shorthanded out there, a 5-on-4, and I decided I was going to join the melee, and I was going to jump off the bench, and our coach at the time, Kevin Janelle, grabbed my jersey just as I threw my gloves off and was leaning over the boards, and he thought about it for a second and said, okay, go, and then he pushed me, and I fell on my head. And I got up, and by the time I got over, they almost had one fight broken up, but I jumped in there and got a couple cheap shots, and then stayed out there for a while.
So some truth to the rumor.
There is
truth to the rumor.
Oh yeah, there's always a little bit of truth.
What were the toughest teams back then?
Oh God, well,
all of them.
Well, the year that honestly, the first year I came into the league was 84-85, and Jerry James had owned the team and sold it to Max Chambers from up around Meadow Lake. So really, he traded all the top end guys like Adrian Sekundiak, and
he traded them to Estevan.
Traded them all to Estevan.
Yeah.
The league stepped in and said, "Hey, you can't do that." So he sold the 20-year-olds. Darren Hunter went to Battleford. A local defenseman who ended up being defenseman of the year, Brad Thompson, went to Humboldt Broncos. So yeah, really, that's the only reason I made junior is they were looking to have some big guys that would show up every night, whether they were good or not. I guess at the time. It was just a different day, different hockey back then. And back then the Swift Current Indians were in the league, coached by Patty Janelle.
Yeah, they were a different crew.
Well, yeah, and the owner ran into problems here. And halfway through our first year, Patty Janelle said, if you hire my son, the story I remember, you can confirm with Commish over here later, but they said Patty told him, if you hire my son, I'll send a couple players along that'll help you guys get into the playoffs. And they kind of dragged their feet and waited till after the trade deadline, and then they did end up hiring his son. And Kevin was here for a year and a half. But yeah, it didn't help us that year with the Estevan Bruins being so strong, and Swift Current was like a gong show. A lot of WHL guys that shouldn't have been there probably.
Yeah,
Flin Flon was
should have been in jail.
Yeah, no, Flin Flon came
in the dub.
No. Flin Flon came into the SJ my second year, so that would have been 85.
They were in the MJ then, weren't they?
I'm not sure if they were in that Northern Manitoba League. Maybe I don't even think they were in the MJ. I think they might have been up north.
But you played up there.
We played up there my second and third year in the league.
And was it just as crazy? It was probably crazier back then.
Oh well, honestly, when you talk about brawls, like those poor guys went on the road, and they would do like 10, 12-day road trips. So they went. I'll never forget. They went into Weyburn, and I think the story was they had 9 guys left playing. Like they had injuries and suspensions, and they had a line brawl or a bench clearing brawl in Weyburn, and they were outmanned like almost 2-1, and just got the hell beat out of them. So they brought up if the one guy, Ken Baumgartner, played in the NHL, had a brother that was pretty damn big that was a goaltender playing juvenile hockey, and he's like one of the guys they brought in and just said nobody's pushing us around anymore, and they kind of didn't. They brought in a lot of meat there to finish the year and keep the guys safe because it was it was a bit rougher back then, and they were running short-staffed.
Yeah,
most nights,
exactly. Yeah. I was just thinking of your time in the SJHL. Obviously, you're the career penalty minute leader. Appreciate you for that. But then you move on from there. How did that transition work for you at that time?
Oh, it's pretty good. I was just looking to keep playing. I wasn't a school guy for sure. So me and a guy from here, Evan Westland, was our goalie. We went out to they were going to start a new semi-pro league on the West Coast. Down into Bellingham, Washington, Vancouver Island. They had a camp. They had a draft. I was supposed to play in Cowichan, and then the guy that started the league took the money and split town. So everybody was kind of shopping around. Where's the guy going to go? Senior hockey. I didn't really want to go start playing senior hockey. I played a year before junior, and I was just still farming around looking for somewhere to play. And a kid that played here when we were 18 lived at my house, a newfie there, Todd Savory, was playing out in Newfoundland and go to school. So I contacted him, and he set me up with his local team in Port aux Basques, even though he was living up in St. John's going to university. He was playing for a team called Mount Pearl Blades, coached by Terry Ryan, senior.
Okay. Yep.
So I went out to Newfoundland, played in Port aux Basques a few games, and they really liked me, but they had 9 imports and they were allowed 8. So they said, well, we like you enough that we want to keep you until Christmas. We're going to rotate. One guy has to sit every game, and then we'll make a decision. I said, I'm not playing until Christmas. I thought I was going to be there, but I said I'm not playing until Christmas, and then getting canned and have nowhere. So I ended up going to play with my friend in Mount Pearl. He got me a job there playing with Terry Ryan. From coming here and working game days for my dad hauling garbage to going there George Street making $500 a game. So they got me living with another player on the team, and within about 3 or 4 weeks they moved me in with the family because it was tough getting home some nights.
You need a little supervision.
Oh yeah, a lot of supervision.
Was the WHL jump for you ever possible? I'm sure there was teams that were inquiring, wanted you, looking at you.
Honestly, if you look at my stats, you'll see how my numbers went. I was never very good player until like later on when I started playing. Newfoundland is actually the first time I really got ice time, and they expected me to fight and be physical, but they also, because they were paying you as an import, they expected some offense, so they counted on me. So I actually improved my game out there. And then down in the East Coast, same kind of thing that happened here. Not many guys are big Norm Johnson fans, but I am. He came here as a 20-year-old, or when I was a 20-year-old, and I went from the 4th line to playing on our top line with Ed Zawatsky and Mark Marianchuk, our captain, just policing and looking after those 2 guys. So just following him around, watching Eddie's footwork on the circles and stuff, and how he handled the puck. And you can't help but get better when you're following guys around.
Toughest guy you fought in the SJ back then, or a guy you had to be on your toes when you knew you were playing him?
Well, there was honestly, I probably lost a lot more than I won, but a couple of fights that probably stick out were, I guess the one would be Bob Heaney. Down in Swift Current. Bob played for the Brandon Wheat Kings. We were at Brandon Wheat Kings camp a year or 2 later. So I ran into Bob again down there. But Bob Heaney was a tough kid, played for the Swift Current team there. But probably my most memorable fight, I don't know you guys remember a lot about the SJ back then, was a kid that played years as semi-pro. Kind of a legend, I think. They called him Bambi. Derek Crawford.
Oh, I know that name.
Derek Crawford was probably 6'4", 6'3", 6'4", 6'5", a young,
scary man.
Probably 16 years old when he came into the league. And of course, I was more of an entertainer than a hockey player. And I told him that we got yapping at the red line, and I said, "Kid, you're going to get a licking." We got 10 minute misconducts. I said, "You're going to get a licking." And we get out, and I was shadow boxing to the fans. We got out, and he hit me with one so hard, right square in the forehead. My eyesight went black, and I thought, "Oh my God, this is not a 16-year-old kid knocking out a 19-year-old kid." And I stood up and I held my own there, but that was probably one of the most embarrassing, or almost most embarrassing ever.
It's always those ones you don't expect, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, back in the SJ days, and this one might be a little difficult. You go back. Who is a player that maybe along the line, because a lot of guys they don't want it. They just kind of want to go a different path, or they just don't get the breaks of some guys. But a player in the league back then that you were shocked never got the chance to go on skill-wise.
Well, there was a Humboldt had some good players back in the day. You know, they had a defenseman there, Brad Bergen, that really sticks out in my mind. That was pretty incredible back then. Most of the guys that were that good found a way somewhere. You know, guys like Billy McDougall that played in Humboldt for the Broncos, Eddie Zawatsky that I played on the line with here. Went on like a lot of those guys went out to college. There were some guys that surfaced in pro hockey that I never recognized as much, like Chris Robertson. I think that played up in North Battleford. And there's a few of those guys that surprised me that they did go so far. But there was one guy that probably should have gone farther. I thought was a big guy from North Battleford, Grant Ottenbreit.
Yep,
he was a monster. He's a goal scorer and gentle giant. But when he dropped the gloves, like.
Did he go to North Dakota?
He did. He went to UND.
Yep.
With, I think, Stinsky, Koberinsky, like some of those Inskys that played out in Lloydminster and Battleford. There was a few.
When I was having a cup of coffee there, Perenica was there as a 17-year-old.
Yeah. He was a big boy, and I thought he would have gone a lot farther.
Yeah.
Okay. We're here tonight for Game 3, Yorkton and Flin Flon. The place is going to be packed. I can't wait for the atmosphere. But I say to this day, the best live hockey that I've watched with my eyeballs, NHL playoff games included, and just being invested, was Seattle Regina and that WHL final series. I forget how many years ago was that now? Almost 10 years ago.
2017.
Your boy was the captain of Seattle. You got to watch all those games. Wasn't that hockey fantastic?
That's honest to God, it's the best hockey I've ever seen. I agree with you. He wasn't the captain. We had a guy that might have been pretty well known at Barzal.
Matt Barzal. Yeah. Who would make this big the big scene and everything that's going on and how intense it was. He made it lolook like a rec hockey game. How he controlled the puck.
He was good.
Yeah, and you know what? And when he went up to the NHL at first, he didn't stick his first year, and I don't think anybody thought he could control play at that level like he could in junior, but they were quite wrong. I mean, you see what he does out there nowadays. He can slow the game down to whatever pace he wants. He's one of the best for sure. Playing where he does, maybe he doesn't shine as much as he could, but that team was. My son got traded there from Saskatoon Blades, where he was one of the last picks in the Bantam draft, and ended up in getting traded to Seattle for a 20-year-old defenseman because Saskatoon wanted to make a run at getting into the playoffs. Yeah. They hadn't been for a while, but they had like their second and third liner centermen were their second line center was a 20-year-old kid, Scotty Enzer, that played in for the U.S. at the World Juniors, and their third line center was a 6'5" kid from Denmark that played in the NHL, Alexander True.
Wow!
So the depth there was fun, and I mean that's when Regina had their highest scoring season ever. I think best season.
Yeah.
So I think they got kind of shocked when Seattle walked in.
And then what was the goalie, man? They put in the young.
Yeah, you had like a 16-year-old playing goal, right?
Stankowski.
Stankowski.
And I think he might have been 5'8".
Yeah, he's just a little critter.
I remember watching that first game in Regina and going, come on, this guy, just bigger street hockey goalies out there.
Yeah, they made a goaltender trade there. They got Toth, the kid out of Saskatoon. And he came in and he actually got injured just not long before the playoffs, and the kid played a handful of games at most there before the playoffs, and we ran with a 16-year-old right to the Memorial Cup. Like it was kind of incredible.
Ethan Bear had a broken hand or something.
Yeah, he broke his hand against Kelowna. His hand was a mess. Broke his hand. I think couple of guys had mononucleosis there, and like that team was pretty beat up. So
Kolesar on that team.
Kolesar, Keegan Kolesar, he was a big machine. He was physical and hard on pucks. That was that top line was. Kolesar and
Barzal.
Ryan Gropp. Gropp, who was an NHL draft pick.
And it wouldn't have mattered who came out of that series, Regina or Seattle, because both teams are beat up.
Yeah.
Both teams were just completely beat up. Going
Turner,
to the
I think, didn't he hit Brooks?
Yes.
Well, allegedly. Yeah. I mean, you can probably look the hit up on some form of social media now, but he did. He caught Adam Brooks in the first period, and there was a lot of chatter on social media and stuff about that, but no, and there was a clean hit, a shoulder in the chest, and spun him around, and I think it was his visor that probably hurt him. no penalty on the play, but he threw the same hit on a kid, Austin Wagner, in Game 6, the game they won.
Yeah.
And I think both refs, both linesmen, the people in the penalty box, the women selling popcorn and beer, everybody in the rink had their hand up for that one. But yeah,
I was there. I did too.
Oh, yeah. But, no, and they were lucky enough to win that Game 6 and get out of there. But like you say, it's WHL back then, I think it's changed, but they were playing a 72-game schedule, and talking to people out east there at the Memorial Cup, like they maybe spent 4 or 5 nights away from home, and I think those guys spent 30 and long trips, so a lot more wear and tear on the WHL teams.
Turner this year was in Calgary, AHL?
Yep, he played in the Calgary Wranglers this year. Yeah, last year was in Milwaukee. He's been around the AHL for about 7 years now, give or take. So, yeah, still loving the game and playing it, and just I think he still wants to keep playing. So where that takes him, I don't know.
Was he always just a hard nosed, hard hitting kind of player? Did he just kind of get that naturally?
Well, no, it's kind of bred into him by his dad. Like back then,
what's hard though? I know dads that try to do that to kids. It just doesn't work. For me, it was my wife trying to say, "No, we don't be so aggressive," and people are like, "Let him be aggressive."
Yeah, no, he's always been kind of like that. Like my best friend growing up, this Kelly Lindsay played junior with me and took the kids to soccer at 4 years old, and every kid chased the soccer ball except him. And we kind of kept an eye on it, and then they got the ball and started running up the field, and he ran over there and kicked the ball away and jumped back up, to defend.
Just loved it.
Yeah, he was going to be a defenseman from the time he was like 2 years old, I think. So
good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Still playing the game he loves, so that's great.
You know what? Play till they tell you can't, because you can't go back and start over at any point.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
What should we expect? We haven't been to a game here. What should we expect in this barn tonight?
Oh, it's going to be loud for sure. I mean, our life is on the line here. Obviously, I don't think we maybe had the outcomes we wanted in Flin Flon, but that rink since '85 when I first went up there, I don't think it's ever been an easy place to play. So, but the thing about the Terriers is they're high flying and they can score, and they can skate with anybody for sure. So I think Flin Flon's going to be need to hang on to us, I think, tonight. I think we'll take the game to them, and if we can get a couple breaks and some goals, get one win tonight, and then it's a brand new series,
Exactly. You must like the way young Cash Lanigan plays.
Love that. I can't say the word I was going to say, but yeah, like he's old school. That kid can score goals, but he's probably tougher than he is skilled. Like he's just so good at both ends of the rink. He can set up plays, but he back checks. He's physical, and he's a complete player for sure.
That's the whole family.
Is that right?
That's the whole family. You just described the whole family.
My daughter plays with his sister. His sister's an absolute weapon on the back end. Plays hard. Yeah, no, it's great. Thanks for doing this.
Appreciate it.
We can't wait to get in there tonight. I'm sure we'll see you around.
It'll be a lot of fun, guys. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Right on.
Thank you.
All-time penalty minutes leader in the SJHL. Grant Ottenbreit joining us. Yeah, now we're going to sneak in Commish.
Come on.
We got to get Commissioner of the SJ. He said he's got to get going. Wait till if you're watching on the stream here, wait till you see this guy.
Yeah, look at this outfit.
Like, wow. What's the clothing allowance? This is nice looking.
Looking like $1.25.
That's not $1.25. That's some color. Yeah.
That's Brock Friesen at Rittinger's Menswear in Swift Current.
There you go.
Menswear.
Nice plug.
Nice plug. Yeah, that's a very nice.
Except I don't get anything for free. I gotta pay the fiddler.
Oh, sure. Now that you're mentioning them on air, though, look what
customer for 25 years plus, and I still get in there, and I don't get the discount.
Did you even go home, or did you go straight from Flin Flon to here?
I did go home for a couple days. I had to look after some league stuff and cook for mama and look after stuff around the house.
Is the golf course open yet?
They're taking off the tarps right now. The greens are very green. Today was like 70-kilometer winds.
So it dried everything right out. Yeah.
But it was looking great. But with the weather we're going to see for the next week or so, we're probably 2 weeks away from hitting the ball around the Elmwood.
That's what I'm guessing. We're at least 2 weeks here.
Man, we're excited. We're excited to be here. It's going to be a madhouse in there. I can't wait. I can't wait for this. Down to nothing, Yorkton. Yeah, probably maybe lives on the line a bit tonight, but just in general to see. And we had Cal on, and he was talking about years it was 500 fans they were averaging a game, and then now they're 1,300, and then for playoffs they're setting records.
Yeah, you know what, and I don't know whether Grant took any credit or not, but it's a total team effort for the Terriers. Everyone knows they had a little bit of difficulty 3-4 years ago, and the board. You're working on a board; it's a thankless job, and so they always have churn on a board. And I think was instrumental that Grant came on, former alumni. He was a businessman in the community, very well known, larger than life character. He came on. Dave Garbutt came on the board. John Anderson was on the board. Curtis Malish came on the board. So they had a real turnover in the board. I think is positive. They hired Emery Olson, and Emery has developed a really good, exciting team to watch. The players start to do more outreach in the community, which is always positive in these markets. And people love the Terriers. This is a big trading area. People love hockey. You got lots of senior hockey. Got the AAA. You got Melville down the road. It's a hockey hotbed. And so when you got a good product, people are going to support it. And so really the Terriers have turned the corner. And of course, they haven't won since 2014. Right?
Yep.
So RBC.
There's the picture.
Winning helps. Yeah, winning helps.
And so, they got a good opportunity. And I mean, probably as Clark explained earlier in the show, the Whitney Forum is a different animal. It's part museum, it's part madhouse. It's very tight confines. So it's tough for a team like the Terriers that like to create offense off the rush and run and gun a little bit, to play where you're getting your face bashed against the glass every shift, right? So you got to chip and chase, and you got to battle, and you got to win the battles in the corner in front of the net and Flin-Flon. Here they're going to have a little more time and space tonight, so it'll be interesting to watch.
It's interesting that you brought up the Yorkton story and how they've redeveloped it here and a rebirth of the Terriers, so to speak. Is there a lesson that other franchises in the league look to this and say, that worked there, we can duplicate that?
Well, I always say to our governors and our marketing personnel that we may compete inside the glass for 60 minutes, but outside the glass, your competition is within your own community for the entertainment dollars.
Yep.
And so we encourage people to share ideas and to help one another out. And, and Calvin, drywaller by trade, but he's pretty creative. He does some great stuff in marketing. He's always fun in our marketing meetings when we have them. And, they got lots of different activities occurring. You could go anywhere in our league and you can take something away from that franchise. In junior hockey, though, hockey success and finances it's cyclical, right?
It is.
And when you got a real good team and you're on the upswing, you got a lot of people watching, you got people wanting to sponsor, you got people wanting to look after you. When you're losing, it's the other way around, right? And so it is kind of cyclical, but there are some proven methodologies and strategies that you should employ every year, and hopefully there's going to be some continuity with the board, and they're going to keep those things in place.
Love it.
What do you know about this what was it, the Patty Janelle story that Grant was talking about? He sent some players if they hired his son.
With his son, if they
hired his son, they sent some players to help.
That may or may not have happened. But
that's a little old school SJHL.
Well, at the time, I don't know if you guys were familiar with the Swift Current Indians, but
yes,
it was kind of a murderer's row of players. Lots of guys with lots of penalty records and penalties.
Yourself included?
Well, and then I wasn't a heavyweight on that team.
Jorgensen?
Like Darren Jorgensen was on that team.
Dobney on that team?
Dobney was on that team.
Yeah.
Bob Heaney, Tim Bratner, Kelly Argato, Sean Van Ellen and Aaron Janelle and Scotty Kruger and Neil Pogany were probably the only guys who played hockey on that team. And so Patty took a number of those guys out to New Westminster in the Western Hockey League. And I, of course, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to play some hockey. And so I decided I was going to go to school. I wrote in university, and then Kevin Janelle contacted me, and Patty threw him a bit of a bone. And when I came to Yorkton, I think we were 6-19. And we turned it around. We finished. We actually got to the league semifinal that year. So although Grant would say we never won, we had some good players. Like Eddie Zawatsky was good, and Darren McKechnie was good, and Mark Marienchuk was good, and Otto rode shotgun, and we had Brent Munroe that came from Brandon, and Perry Fafford, and we had a real exciting team. And we were excited about running it back the next year. And then Kevin went down the Minot at the start, the top nuts. And so we had Norm Johnson, and and we parted ways with him partway through the year.
That's
and then,
a different organization.
And then
yeah.
Dennis Plonich came in, and boy, I wish I would have played 4 years at junior for Dennis Plonich. So.
It's interesting you brought up the Swift Current Indians. Now, wasn't it a common thing for the Indians to take the other team's net to warm up your backup goalie? Wasn't that a modus operandi there?
That might have occurred a few times. That and using the opposition players for target practice and warm up. There was lots of things that happened with that team. And, at the time, Slapshot had come out. And, we used to watch it on the bus and watch it at home and stuff. And you just used to shake your head. Like some of the antics that wasn't even scripted. They would just kind of happen organically in a game. It's like, oh, my God, really?
Yeah.
And, it was fun for a while. But
eventually it wears off.
Point,
yeah.
You kind of think, oh, man, are we going in the stands again tonight?
Yeah. I have a friend who played for Weyburn, and he said McMillan comes into the dressing room. He said, they got our net.
Yeah.
Go get our net. So you guys had a full brawl and warm up.
Yeah. You know what? The first time that happened was in Lloydminster. And Darren Kimball was a 16-year-old with us, and he was my roommate and a good guy. We used to call him tough, but he didn't know he was tough at the time. Like, he was a goal scorer. Like, he got 30 goals in the Western League one year, and, he didn't always fight, right? And so I said to him, hey, Jabba, I said, why don't you go down there and get their net for Eric Harp? Eric was our backup. He didn't play very much. And so, Kimmy and I went down and got the net and brought her back. And so Brad Meyer and Brent Reiber were actually ref in that game.
Oh, wow.
And they knew me, of course, because I used to be a summer stupid with them at SaskTel. And they said, Mac, you got to give that net back. Okay.
Can you imagine if you did that now? Like, your phone would ring off the hook.
I would tell you what, I'd be throwing the book at people, right? And it's funny because I think I've told Barney this before that when I played in the league, Wayne Cartouche was a principal in Regina, former official in the league, referee in chief. He did everything off the side of his desk at school.
Yep.
I don't know how he would have done that, right? But I always had a high regard for him because, like, my interactions with him, of course, were on the phone, and he was always super respectful, and I always had a high regard for him. And I always thought one day it'd be really cool to be the commissioner of the SJHL.
And look at you. Yeah.
I never got to tell him that. I told his son that, but it is kind of cool. He was cool. Someone you looked up to. I had a lot of respect for him. So,
and I know maybe just in closing, the last time we had you on, it's great for the league as well to see the Regina Pat Canadians at Nationals doing what they're doing, because there's a lot of kids that are going to be playing SJ next year in the year after on that team.
And tonight you're going to watch Cash Lanigan and Les Perrence and stuff, and Almer. They're in the lineup, and so we're a developmental league, but so is the 18U AAA league, and they put a lot of great players in the Western League and into the SJHL. And so and now with our partnership with the WCDM and the Western Hockey League, they're looking to put younger kids that aren't quite ready to play. Mm-hmm. They're playing in the SJHL.
Yep.
And you look at a kid like Cash, like, I would be very surprised if he wasn't playing for the Raiders next year. He looks good.
Yep.
He's a difference maker out there. You'll notice that tonight.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's a great spot for the league to be in, right? To have those opportunities to develop those kids.
And you know what? It's a good product. It's fun to watch. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen a game this year or not. You're
just online.
You're going to notice the pace. You'll notice the attendance has been excellent across the league, regular season and playoffs. It's fast. It's physical. It's a 200-foot game, where sometimes I'll go and watch the Broncos in Swift Current, and it might not be an entertaining game to watch because they're trapping, these guys are going. It's similar to, I don't know if you've seen an East Coast League game. The East Coast League, I watched a few games over Christmas. It is unbelievable. Like, the skill and the physicality and guys wanting to earn it.
That's right.
Like our guys got something to prove, right? They want to get to that next level. So they're leaving it all out there.
There's a lot of levels for them to get to, too.
Oh,
right?
for sure, right?
Whether it's the major, junior, or university,
U-sport, major, junior, whatever.
Yep.
Playing in Europe afterwards, like, there's lots of opportunities. This is just part of the pathway, right? And not every kid develops like this.
Nope.
All right, I know you got to get to the rink. Looking forward to seeing you there. Looking forward to
I appreciate you guys coming down. Hopefully you had a good day and a good
time here. Yeah,
you had a great lineup of guests.
Yeah, well, it's why not? Winning.
That's what he does.
You could probably have Otto on for like an hour. Like, that guy is a character.
And Garbutt together.
Yeah,
and just continue. Commissioner of the SJHL, Kyle McIntyre, joining us here at Tap Sports Bar in Yorkton. We're getting ready for Game 3 tonight in Yorkton with Flin Flon in town, the SJHL Finals. For Regina Motor Products, we're streaming through our YouTube channel. at sportscage.com. No, we're having some laughs here at Taps Sports Bar, Broadway Avenue in Yorkton, Saskatchewan, live on location. The ticker, it's game 3 tonight. That's why we're here. Yorkton Flin Flon SJHL final. Regina Pat Canadians just absolute mollywopped Waterloo 7-0 at the Nationals today. They're undefeated. They're definitely qualified for the playoffs of it all. They take on Quebec tomorrow and then Okanagan yet the next day to wrap up the round robin. What is the score? 1-0 Pittsburgh.
1-0 Pittsburgh. Yeah.
NHL playoffs. Pittsburgh trying to get back into that series. The second puck drop's going to be Dallas at Minnesota at 7:30. Tied 1-1. And then later tonight, we'll be here to watch the third period at least, for sure. Oilers, Anaheim Ducks.
Well, that comedian might be on.
8 p.m. They still have TVs.
Okay.
They're not going to shut the TVs off.
All right.
The comedian on. It's for Regina Steelcraft Doors, made in Western Canada for Western Canada. Regina Steelcraft Doors. This has been fun.
It's been great. You know what? Great guests. Nice work by you to line that lineup up.
Yeah, it was a good local feel.
Yeah.
We had Sprinkle of the Day earlier for
Sports
Select. And
you're thinking I'm crazy.
Well, I just want to revisit, because I might head on the way to the rink here to the gas station and play a little. I got to play some action on that Edmonton game tonight, because very intriguing.
Do you want the over on that at 6.5?
I think. Am I crazy?
I think you are.
What makes you think that there's not going to be McDavid and Draisaitl didn't even score last game?
4-1.
Ingram's going to be tested again. Anaheim's got some firepower.
It's still 4-1. It's a 4-1 game for Edmonton.
So Edmonton's paying 175 on the pro line. You should take that.
I'm going to take that and the under. You know what? Having said that on the air and announced it so boldly, everybody should do the exact opposite.
There we go. Yeah. We're giving away a putting green.
Oh,
The Classic Landscape Company, May 1st. Backyard putting green, the SportsCage Classic Landscape Company. What a fantastic gift or prize.
And if you're thinking you don't need this, still enter and you can give it to me.
936-6262. May work out some deal with Sharky.
Yeah.
The keyword today to enter. Made you wait a little bit. Bogey. That is the keyword. 936-6262. Get in, enter. We'll have another one tomorrow as well.
I'm surprised when I'm on you don't have triple bogey as the keyword.
Well, I've only golfed with you once. Jeff on the Prairie Land Rentals text line a little bit ago said best part of your show is the hockey stories. Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff.
Lauren in Yorkton, sorry, I just saw this one, bud. He goes, when you talk to Otto, who's Grant Ottenbreit, ask him if he likes his best friend, Lauren, please. Sorry, Lauren, I missed that one. Benny said Trent Lanigan is an absolute nail gun, and I want you to let him know Benny says so. Great show today, lads. Great stories. Feels like the locker room drinking beers after a senior game.
Well, that's pretty cool. We like that. Thanks.
Kind of whoever, if your last phone number digits are 3624, you spelled bogey wrong, because I got it. I shouldn't get it if you spell it correctly. So just FYI on that. Brandon, also, you spelt it wrong. Bogey.
Yes.
That's what we want. Bogey.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of wrong spellings coming in. Those are all bogeys. Brendan Manns earlier, too, we talked about the amount of miles the Flin Flon has put on.
Oh, my God.
But they just got their new bus from California, so that thing's getting worked in.
But we might have to have a peek in that when we get close to the rink. See what that looks like.
You look like an absolute weirdo. Hey, can we? I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
We should.
If they got a new fancy bus,
we should have had
a look inside.
If we were doing, I kind of wish we were doing this tomorrow here now, because that's one of the things they asked me. They're like, "Do you want to do it just 1 day or 2 days?" And I'm like, "No, because then I'll go back." And I got my parent. I got a parent.
I don't.
I know. Sorry, buddy. But now I'm like, we could have had bus driver on.
Yeah.
Like the amount of miles that Flin Flon's put on this year.
He would just tell us all the moose and elk and bears. Well, there wouldn't be any bears this time of year. They're just coming out of hibernation.
They're not out yet?
No. They'd just be starting.
Oh.
Up there, they'd just be starting. Yeah.
Yeah, 50-50 tonight. We're thinking they're trying to hope for push 60.
They're trying to cross the 60 grand mark.
Yeah.
I got a little cash for that. You?
I mean,
Are we splitting that?
We can go, we'll go 100 each or something.
At least.
Get in the mixer. Pat C's tomorrow, take it on Quebec. We are your place for updates when it comes to the Pat. We have had a couple of people say thank you for this, especially our Twitter. I know if you're not all on Twitter, I've been trying to do goal-by-goal updates as best I can.
It's hard when they score 7.
Yeah. 8 and quick.
Yeah.
HN Live is where you can watch all the games. You can get a subscription for the week. HN Live, great feed.
Yeah, it was a really good feed.
Everything.
Yeah, it was a really good feed.
That's how I'm watching all week.
It was impressive.
Yeah. Curtis, thank you so much for setting, our setup is great.
He does what he does, and it's always good. And he never says boo about it. Just makes it happen.
Just a great setup. Thanks to Darsh and everyone from Tap Sports Bar.
It was Dill, wasn't it?
Dill was the server. Darsh is the manager, owner. We'll be back here definitely after the game. It's just been great. Thanks, hospitality, everything in Yorkton. Looking forward to the game. Thank you for coming and doing this.
And if you can't make it to the game tonight, GX94, the sister station.
6:45 pregame show.
6:45 pregame with Benny Walchuk, the great Benny Walchuk on the call.
Thanks for keeping us in line. Colson on the other thing back at the station. If we see you tonight at the game, come say hi. Thank you very much. It was for Regina Motor Products. Sharky was here for Flooring Superstore. I will talk to you again tomorrow. Good night.